Oh, hell yeah. Went live tonight, baby. What's good? How's everyone's day going? I worked a long day at work today. Long day. The good news is for any of you watching, in fact, I'm going to type it on the bottom in case anybody comes in here. I got my new car. I hit the enter button real quick. Oh, yeah. Got my new car today. Let's see if there's anybody that's going to join the stream. Because I don't want to do this by myself. In fact, I got some videos I'm going to be reviewing, but I'm only going to stay on for maybe about an hour and a half. So I'm going to try not to push it past 1:30. So I get some decent sleep. So I got to work tomorrow at 11:30. Hey, what's up, Corella? Nets Suns finals. Yeah, that's pretty much what I picked from the get-go. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some more video responses. You guys know what's good. In fact, let me text Samantha, let her know I'm in here real quick. We all need a vacation. We definitely need a vacation, all of us. I don't know where to, but if you read the title, we all deserve it. I'm on live now. Let me text Jen. Text Jennifer and let her know I'm in here. Oh man. So hey, how you doing, Miss Empress Janet? Long time no see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nets Suns finals. But who do you got to win though? I got the honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Nets are in the best position to win. Yes, we do, bestie. Let's go. Ooh. Janet, long time no see. Hold on real quick. I got this phone call real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry about that. I had a phone call. Samantha was telling me she's in the shower. No, so she's in the shower. Good. We all need a vacation. Yes, Empress Janet. Empress Janet, where are you from? You don't have to tell me. I don't want your address. I just want to know, like, state. Are you from, like, north? Are you from south? Like, where are you from? Of course, I'm from Texas. Everybody knows that. Yeah. I like I said, I got my new car today. Well, 2 days ago on the 7th. I got a new Nissan Rogue. So I'm just blessed that I got my new car and, just happy that, oh, you're from Pittsburgh? That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, your Steelers got 6 rings. So you guys are, got an awesome franchise. You guys beat us in the AFC Championship game in 78 and 79. I wasn't born, but, Terry Bradshaw had an amazing game, both of those games. I don't know if you guys won both of those Super Bowls. I'm not sure. Y'all had this. We had the opportunity to play the Steel Curtain. It was that badass defense the Steelers had in the 70s. And like I said, I think Big Ben's got maybe another year. You have an Infinity M35X. Okay, I hope we don't have any Trump haters in here. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that out. Okay. I'm not going to keep. Okay, I'm gonna keep Trump out of this. I don't want to piss off people because we got a lot of like social justice warriors that get all upset. They're like, man, this bullshit, man. Oh, thank God, Empress Janet, you're awesome. We can be friends now. It's just like it's funny because like they'll say, didn't you like make videos with Trump a long time ago? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, I'm like, so you're still salty over that shit? Your candidate won. Why do you care? Like that I still mention him. Like what? How does it affect your life personally? It doesn't. So like when I mentioned Donald Trump and why I voted for him, and I gave legitimate reasons, and people get all butthurt about it. It's like, dude, it's not that big of you allow the media to anger you so badly. Well, I can't really blame you because I used to be a Democrat myself and used to be an angry bitter little man back in my teenage years. So I understand, that tends to, when you tend to watch the news a lot, you tend to allow them to do the thinking for you. So what I literally did this on Facebook, because everybody says Facebook is far leftist, which they are. Twitter, YouTube, they're all the same. But what you do is you go on Facebook and you block every news media outlet. So I don't see any coronavirus updates. I don't see anything regarding the politics, anything. I don't see stimulus checks, nothing. I don't watch. I literally stopped watching the news about a year ago. I don't do it because, to be honest with you, all the news outlets do is piss you off. And to be honest with you, even Fox News is guilty of the same thing, instigating race wars. They do the same thing. And don't get me wrong, I like Tucker a lot. I like the Five, big Mike Huckabee fan, Hannity and Combs. Bill, I used to be a big fan of Bill O'Reilly. He was the man. So don't get me wrong, I'm not like throwing shade on him. Tucker's my favorite guy. Really, if it wasn't for him, there would be no Republican news outlet like as big as Fox News. Tucker saved that show. Really, Bill O'Reilly was the GOAT. And then Tucker just ran. Well, Tucker had to replace Bill because Bill retired, I think, or some shit like that. So to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Tucker, Fox News wouldn't be shit. That's the reality of it. And then Fox News, and let's just be honest, they decided to turn their back on Donald Trump. That's the reality. Okay, that's what they did. They did that during the election, and they also did that in the previous election during the election time. So they're a bunch of snakes in the grass, in my personal opinion. And then after the fact that Trump lost, because they're cowards to save their own jobs, they decided to kiss Biden's ass by throwing Trump under the bus, and then having to be careful what little word they're saying so they don't get fired or that they don't get canceled. But newsflash, Fox News was already trash about a year before Trump was going up for re-election. If it wasn't for Tucker, Fox News wouldn't be shit. And that's the reality of it. A lot of people don't realize that. But yeah, Fox News is just like CNN and MSNBC and all these. They just instigate. So rather, and then they take up for the establishment, the far rich, the Jeff Bezos, the Warren Buffetts, all those guys, where they don't have to pay tax. I mean, look, I'm going to apologize. I shouldn't be doing that, but these news media outlets are basically frontmen for the rich that weasel their way out of paying taxes. And that's really what it is. I mean, I just saw an article today where Jeff Bezos didn't pay a fucking thing in taxes for like the last 5 years. And the dude's recorded multi-billions of dollars. How is that possible? There's no way. How do you not pay your taxes? And then Warren Buffett goes, well, I'm all in favor for them to raise the taxes on the rich. But the only reason why he's saying that, because he wants to seem like he's the good guy in this. But if he really cared, he would have been on the news and said this. So the dude really doesn't give a shit. Man, he don't care. I mean, really, if you're in his position, would you? Probably not. You're weaseling out of it. But still, I think the rich should pay their fair share in taxes. And it looks like to me they're avoiding it. They're finding loopholes in the system. Now, I looked into it and said everything was legal, what they did. But just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right morally. Because it's not fair, man. Everybody else has to pay motherfucking taxes. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, dude. But, this is nothing new. And it's funny because the Biden administration now wants to investigate who leaked the tax returns for Jeff Bezos and all that. And they said, well, we want to make sure at the end that, they pay their fair share in taxes. I'm like, I bet you knew this the entire time. And to be fair, I think the Trump administration knew this as well. I think the Obama administration knew, and I also think the Bush administration knew. All these fuckers know that these motherfuckers don't pay taxes. It's common sense. Because if you can tell me that we're sitting here looking right at the damn TV screen and it says they're not paying taxes, what the fuck makes you think these guys in the White House don't know that? They know these fuckers don't pay taxes. This is no secret. I mean, yeah, it's been leaked, so it's stamped now, Rick, but the point is they knew. And the previous administrations knew. Even the Trump administration, they knew. Maybe not Trump himself, but the administration, they knew. They're not stupid. Dude, look, listen. Whether you're far right or far left, these fuckers know. These cocksuckers don't pay their taxes. It's common sense. This leaked shit, all it does is just put proof on something we already know. We don't need the footage to see that they're not paying tax. We already know that. Jeff Bezos has already had his tax returns revealed for the last 5 years prior to this leak. And he's already been under investigation for tax fraud. This is not the first time. But now they want to investigate this. It makes no point because they're trying to save face. They're trying to look like the good guys. Oh, well, we're going to look into this. And then we're going to get on to them about paying. No, you're not. You're not going to tell these fuckers nothing because they run the country. All these top rich guys, I think they said the top 20 earners, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, or the top two, and then there's others. But there's 20 of them, and none of them pay taxes, and they're all billionaires. That's pathetic, dude. That's trash. It's crazy. Because I'm thinking this whole time, well, maybe they're not paying as much as they should, but they're paying something. I looked at Jeff Bezos' tax returns just earlier. The fucker paid like 0.06% of his total income. I'm like, wait, what? So you mean to tell me if he made like $4 billion, he paid like 0.6? How much is that? 100 mil? Dude, this dude literally ass raped the government, and these bitches don't care. But I guarantee you, Sports Live, Corella, the Cow Dog, Living a Balanced Life, whoever else is in here, they don't pay their taxes. These fuckers are calling your phone with a live representative and not a scammer, an actual real person. And they're saying, hey, Sports Live, you didn't pay your taxes. We just looked at it, fucker. Okay, you owe 60 grand or we're coming to break your legs like Italian mob style, you know? So you're like, fuck. So you got to put in hours of overtime and shit just to fucking avoid Uncle Sam from breaking your legs, doing some, casino shit to you, where they break your legs and stuff. It's funny. I was watching The Sopranos earlier, like we're literally right after I got off of work. In The Sopranos, we in the 70s, true story, the Italians owned a lot of the territory. They were like the mobsters. And they would go around certain areas of New York and they would tell, like, if you owned a business, they would say, hey, you got to pay 10% a month of what you make. Sort of like church. And then if you're like, hey, fuck off, then they would grab a baseball bat and bust your fucking legs up. And then you're like, all right, man, I'll pay. Just leave me alone, please, please, please. And then I was watching it earlier and they're like, you're going to pay 10% or we're going to fuck you up. And then they even went into a Starbucks and there was a Starbucks employee and he said, hey, you're going to pay us 10% or one of your employees is going to get beat up real bad. And he said, well, I just can't take money out the till. He said, I don't care what the hell you do. If you don't have that money by the end of the month, you're going to get messed up real bad. And those mobsters, they don't play. So that dude literally had to fucking risk getting arrested to pull money out of the till to pay these fucking mobsters. Bro, this shit's some real fucking gangster shit. That's what the IRS kind of reminds me of. They're your modern day mobsters. They're like, well, you ain't going to pay us? All right, we're going to fuck you up, boy. I wouldn't doubt it if they send somebody to your house to fuck you up. You better start paying. But Jeff Bezos said, no problem. They don't have to pay nothing. They're making all this money, and they don't have to pay not a damn thing. So these fuckers, they get to get away with that shit. But the Italian mob comes to my goddamn house or Sports Live, and they're doing a Sopranos shit right with baseball bats. If you don't fucking pay your fucking taxes, you fucking idiot, we're gonna fuck you up like the Sopranos. We're gonna drag you out. We're gonna fuck you up real bad. How would you like that if we come Sunday morning, church Sunday, and we're gonna come mess you up real bad on Easter Sunday? Oh shit, man, fuck. All right, man. Look, man, just let me. I have to get some money together. Please don't mess me up, man. I'll pay you. That's what the IRS is today to the smaller guy. It is coming to fuck us up. I mean, it's just reality. It's what it is. Dude, you got to watch this one scene with the Sopranos. They came up to this guy who owned he cuts trees for a living. Like he's in what do they call it? Like timber service or whatever. You cut trees. And the dude was on a stairwell cutting trees with a saw. And these two Italian mobsters came up to him. This is back in the 70s, based on a true story. And he basically told him, he said, hey, our boss passed away. And we understand you guys had a deal. You had to pay 10%. Even though he passed away, we're still going to honor it. We're taking his place. You're going to pay us 10%. He said, fuck off. I ain't paying you shit. So they're like, all right, man. They act like they're going to walk away. They fucking go in this guy's truck, grab a baseball bat. They fucking hit the damn ladder. The guy falls off of the ladder onto the ground, and they hit his fucking legs and break both of them with the bat. That guy said, I think it was like Joe Paterno or whatever. So he's like, you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me at the end of the month. You hear me, you cocksucker? We're going to be right there. You're going to fucking pay me my fucking money. Dude, and they're not even tax guys. You just had to pay them for protection. But those dudes on The Sopranos, they don't play, man. They'll fuck you up, man. They got their baseball bats. Those dudes don't play. So you better have their money. I mean, they went up to Starbucks and told the manager, if you don't pay, we're going to mess your employees up real bad. So the dude got scared. He's like, all right, man, I'll pay, man. I'll pay you the money, man. I'm sorry, man. Just don't mess me up. Man, it's crazy, dude. That's how the IRS is, dude. They're basically, well, the dude had broken legs and he was on the ground. And so he had to comply. I mean, he had no choice. But this sucks. He had to probably go to the hospital and lie about it. But yeah, those Italian mobsters, they don't play, dude. They basically own a lot of real estate. They own a bunch of the construction companies in New York. And those guys, they come with an iron fist, man. But this was in the 70s. I think it's a lot different now. But I mean, they can still fuck you up, but they do it in different ways financially. But back in the day, dude, if you didn't comply, you got the baseball bat to the legs. So you're just like, fuck, man. And that guy was on the ground. He's like, please, man. I'll pay. He's like, all right. And the Joe Paterno's like, all right, you cocksucker. You're going to pay us 15% now. You're going to pay us 15%, so you're being a little wise ass. I'm like, damn, 15%, you just up the cost. And I still got to go to the hospital with broken legs. Bro, this shit was, you better pay me. You know, you're going to pay me, you cocksucker. Now you owe me 15%. I didn't raise the price on you and fuck you up. And the guy's like, all right, man, I'll pay you, man. I'm sorry, man. I'll pay you at the end of the month. Dude, imagine that's embarrassing, dude. They have broken legs, be laying there in front of two Italian mobsters ready to fuck you up. And you have to sit there and plead for your life. All right, man, I'll just pay whatever you want, man. Just please let me go. So that dude had to pay the 15%, man. Those guys, they don't play. That's IRS, dude. That's those motherfuckers, man. These guys watch you like hawks, dude. You know, and the funny thing is, what's even the point of paying taxes on your property, which is the biggest scam, because you're basically paying taxes on a property you technically own. Well, technically, if it's paid off. So your property's already paid off, and you still have to pay taxes on the land it sits on. So if you don't pay, they just take the fucking land like you never bought it. But in other third world countries, you can buy property and never have to worry about it again. A one-time purchase. But in the United States, it's supposed to be the best country in the world. I'm paying property taxes for a land I already own. That doesn't make no sense. That's like you basically charging me. What do they call you? What do they call it? You're written, like, you know, those timeshares, they get you to buy a beach house. So you buy the beach house and they're like, give us $5,000 for this lovely beach house. It could be yours today. Just give us $5,000. Okay. So you give them $5,000 and they're like, okay, you're going to make payments of $219 a month for that beach house. And you don't own the property. You just own a share, which is called timeshare. Man, that's just the biggest damn scam. And people were falling for that shit. They were falling for that shit. I didn't fall for that. They were trying to tell me, you give me $5,000 and this beach house is yours. I'm like, no, it's not. First of all, beach house is going to be like $300,000-$400,000 in Galveston. No way you're selling me that for $5,000. Secondly, I can't even go to this beach house except for 2 weeks out of the year. So I have a timeshare. So I'm basically renting space. So I'm giving you $5,000 in monthly payments of $219 a month to keep it uptight so somebody else can go in there and fuck it up. And then you get 2 weeks. And here's the kicker. If you want an additional week, you have to pay for that. So basically that's property tax. It's the same thing. Why am I buying a beach house that I never owned? I'm just basically giving you $5,000 for no reason. And then other people go in that beach house for 2 weeks and they fuck it up. And you're paying for the damages for them to fix it, to send a maid in there and clean that shit up. And then when you go 2 weeks, you go in there. Then you go in there for 2 weeks. And then you rent this beach house. You're like, man, I really got a good deal on this, man. This is badass, man. I own a beach house. Then after 2 weeks, they're like, get the fuck out. You know, the Italian mobsters come in there like, get the fuck out. You know, we're going to fuck you up. So then you get out. Oh man, sorry about that. I thought I owned it for a second. So that's basically what property tax is. It's a make-believe idea that you own something you never owned. In fact, you own your car more than you own your house. That's why you have these people on YouTube that sleep in their cars. They sleep in their cars because what's the fucking point of owning a house you never own? So you might as well sleep in something you own, which is your fucking car. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody to do that, but I'm just saying there's people on YouTube that make, car videos where they sleep in their car. And then they say, well, what's the purpose of owning a house? You never even own it. And depending on where you live, your property tax is high. And if they build a new subdivision right next to you, your ass is grass. Your shit's going up. Trust me, I know they're building new subdivisions around here, paying $200-300 more on property tax. Yeah, Sports Live, his car is comfy and paid off. Buy a timeshare and rent it out and make your money back. Yeah, I mean, you could, but it's just owning a rent house or renting a timeshare, that's what I think property tax is. It's like a timeshare that you have to pay to live there, even though you already own it. That makes zero sense to me. Now, the new Texas senator that's supposed to be running for governor, I forgot his name. He wants to eliminate property tax. Now, I kind of like that idea. But the problem is how the teachers and the firefighters and all that get paid, because I know property tax does pay for a lot of those salaries. So I'm wondering, is he just going to do a flat tax, or is he just going to raise the percentage of the sales tax? To me, which makes more sense, more of a logic sense. You eliminate the property tax and you raise your sales tax from 8% to 11%. I think that's fair. That's fair. And my house is affordable. No broken legs. Nobody's getting messed up. Oh, that's pretty good to go. Yeah, man, I'm hyper right now, dude. Well, basically, there's some videos I'm going to review. I mean, for those of you who come on my live streams, y'all know. You have to own a timeshare around the holidays so you can make money off of it. Well, I mean, that sounds like hey, this guy seems like he has a lot of knowledge, man. What's the latest on Deshaun Watson? He's not showing up to practice, and he refuses to play, and he says he wants out. So he's not answering phone calls. He hasn't shown up to OTAs, training, mini camp, and training camps coming up. And he said he made it clear he no longer wants to be here. So I'm hoping and praying they trade this little bastard before training camp, which is in July, like mid-July. I think it's like July 23rd or some shit. I want him gone by then. I'm tired of hearing about him. He's a pain in the ass, cancer, and I'm just sick of him. I'm tired of hearing about him. He's an embarrassment. And in fact, I'm willing to say this. He is the biggest fucking crybaby loser I've ever seen. He's worse than what's his name? What's that NBA player that always cried a lot? He's like Grayson Allen of the NFL. You know, like Grayson Allen's always whining and shit. He's basically like the Grayson Allen in the NFL. I just want him gone. We may win 2 or 3 games. Get rid of this guy. You know, just get rid of him, trade him. Just get the hell out of here already. Dude, I'm just tired of hearing about him and his drama and all the bullshit. He's going to pay these women off. That's what I'm hearing, which is smart. And then that raises his trade value. Rumor is he wants to go to Denver. So the rumor is he wants to go to Denver, which Kareem Jackson actually revealed that rumor today. It was all over Yahoo News. So obviously Denver's the best place to go. Denver has the most to offer. They can give us 3 first-round draft picks for him. I think that's a fair deal. Anything under 2 first-round draft picks is a slap in the face. That's what we deserve. Play the song Vacation from Young Jeezy. I wish I could, man, but copyright, dude. Yeah, I hope so, dude. I would like them to mess Watson up real bad and make him play here. But that's just not going to happen, dude. He needs to just leave, get the hell out of here. I'm just tired of hearing about him. In fact, I'm so sick of him. I'd rather just trade him and just get rid of him, even though we're going to lose a lot of games this year, just to get rid of him. In other news, Tyrod Taylor takes center and didn't look too well in OTAs, but that's pretty much, we already knew that was going to be the case. We already knew that Tyrod Taylor, this is his final stop as a starting quarterback. I will. Why are you not monetized? Uh, well, honestly, I think that I think the fact that I play a lot of copyright shit, and I think that's what ends up biting me in the ass. I think I would have to delete all my copyright videos. Well, people copy. I couldn't monetize those. Maybe I could monetize, other videos. But so, first question: can men and women be friends? It's obviously, you know, Rick wanted to know that, and I think Sports Live. No reason to get involved in long distance relationship. Get women and men in your area. I agree with that. Most entertainment for me is YouTube and Netflix. I agree. I don't watch the news. MTV is just really just for sports. That's what's up, Corella. I like you already. I think Sports Live mentioned something slightly about. I'm trying to find that comment. Okay, men can't be friends with women they're attracted to. Hell no. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, okay. Let me go ahead and will you let your wife be friends with another man and let them hang out? Oh shit. Well, first of all, I'm not married. Secondly, yeah, that would be pretty hard. Now, let's say that your wife and you are friends with, a couple that may be married. I could see something similar to that. Like maybe she goes to her house and the wife and husband are there, something like that. I could see that. No, my answer is no, most likely. Now there are some married couples that do have like the opposite friends of sex, but I mean opposite. I meant the opposite friends, the opposite gender. Um, I should have worded that. My bad. Never. I will never let a woman I like friends on me. Fuck that shit. We haven't we discussed this multiple times? No, I'm actually going to play a video and then respond to it. And see if I agree or disagree. That's why I came on here. Duh. Okay, let's go ahead and play the video. I'm trying to find it. God damn it! I hate when I have the video. I could have swore it was on yours earlier. I hate that shit. I hate when like my history doesn't save it. When my YouTube history, I'll go on history and it's supposed to be like the last video I saw, but then it won't be there. I'm like, dude, what the hell? If I find it, I'll play it. I mean, I literally was just watching it. She said she hates men. She's salty. Okay. Tell her she's fat. Okay. She's useless. I'll review that video. Why not? You know what? Let me go ahead and just she's useless video. Why not? Why not go ahead and review that video? So without further ado, kick her out if she breaks these 5 rules. Let's hear the clip. From there, we'll critique it. Let me get past the actual ad. My bad.
If a chick isn't fucking you, she's not respecting you, sucking your dick on command, she's not making you food, she's not serving you, she's useless. I'm gonna say that again. Fucking you, sucking your dick, serving you, making you food, keeping the house clean, and upholding her feminine characteristics of what she's supposed to do, kick her to the curb. Because I'm going to tell you this. As a man, I know for a fact you have to bring value to the table to deal with a fucking girl. 9 out of 10 times, all she has to do is just bring her looks and some femininity, okay? And last time, she's going to expect you to deal with that fucking boy or girl when he breaks in. So that bitch better suck some goddamn dick. If a girl is doing that bullshit to you, and you guys think it's funny, like when I say, yo, if a girl doesn't let you have sex, whatever, just kick her out, whatever. If she's your girl, she's not giving you sex anymore, you got to kick her out. You got to get rid of her. You need to get rid of her because she doesn't respect you anymore, okay? The sex is a the personification of her
All right.
respect for you and how she likes you.
Yeah.
Man, you guys get what I'm saying? She's gonna hurt you. And when she doesn't respect you, she's gonna hurt you in a way that you might not be able to recover from, because you're already in a place where you've allowed her to disrespect you. You're already invested. You continue to invest more, because a lot of guys make that cardinal mistake of thinking, oh, she doesn't like me. Let me just invest more. Let me buy her that bag. Let me take her on this trip. Let me do this. Let me tell y'all niggas something, man. Women is the one thing where you invest more money, more resources, more time, the more you lose. It's not like building on your purpose and focusing on yourself. When you invest in yourself, you win. When you invest in women, you lose. You want to know why? Because women are the one thing that men don't understand, because they're what? Ill-fucking logical. And I don't care what any angry feminists want to say, whatever it is. It's counterproductive to overinvest in women, and it's going to hurt you. So you need to know this. If a chick ain't fucking you, sucking you, making you food, whatever it is, just understand, and you want it, and she tells you no, just understand that respect is dwindling. She's probably looking at other guys, because a woman can't serve two masters. If she loves you, she's going to do everything she can for you. Get ready to kick her to the curb. And you need to be ready to do it at a moment's notice. When women, I'll tell you guys this. Listen to this song, Future, Too Comfortable, okay? Bitch, don't get too comfortable. When women are comfortable, problems arise. You need her on her fucking toes at all times, thinking like, damn, is he going to break up with me? Damn, he's really on his shit. Damn, he made a lot of money. Damn. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. He who cares less in a relationship has the leverage. And you know what? On this podcast, I'm going to tell y'all niggas the uncomfortable truths. Keep your fucking foot on her neck. She needs to know that she could be replaced at any time. And when she has that fear that she might lose you, she's going to be on her best behavior.
Don't physically put your foot on her.
A lot of you guys are going to be like, okay, I can do this. Don't be. Obviously, oh Lord, I'm just using it to like, you know, as an analogy, right? Don't really do that, guys. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, stupid. But what I am saying is that you need to keep the leverage, guys. When you have the leverage in a relationship, I promise you the relationship is going to be better. You're going to get that hypergamy tickle satisfied, and she's going to know you are the best that she can get. I need y'all niggas to turn into fucking Gillette, okay?
Interesting. You know what? The thing is I kind of agree but disagree at the same time. Of course, because, you know, you have to say what you do. Of course, sex keeps a relationship healthy. I get that. Sexual innuendo, blah, blah, blah. I get that argument about the companion or the intimacy. So I'm not going to sit here and say he's not wrong on that part. The problem is that he makes it sound so easy that, you know, if you're married to somebody, you just kick them out of the house. Oh, because they're not giving you, just kick them out. To me, you have to take several mitigating factors. First of all, it's been statistically proven that you have less sex when you're married. And it's not because you're not attracted to your partner. It's just you get so used to each other, you start fighting, this and that, you start butting heads. And then sometimes you just get sexually turned off by your partner. Sometimes that does happen. And then sometimes it's not that you're not sexually attracted to your partner. It's just you just stop having as much sex. You know, first to start, because I remember a buddy of mine, it's interesting, he got married. Like he was dating this woman from Kroger's I used to work at. When they first got together, they had lots of sex. And he would tell me that, right? Now they're married with 2 kids. And I remember we had this conversation about a year ago, and he was telling me, you know, when you get married, stuff like there's new like obligations and responsibilities and this and that. And he goes, look, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your urge to have sex is not as highly great as it once was when you first enter the relationship. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, because he's like, you may not be having sex every day, like when you first do it, but you may have it like every other week, every 2 weeks, stuff like that. But he told me that does tend to happen. He said, it's not just from the girl, but it's also from the guy. And actually, he told me this, most of the time it was him that didn't want the sex. Not that he wasn't attracted to her, because he just had other priorities, had other responsibilities. He was tired from work, this and that. So there is a little small gray area. You know, it's Fit. I think that's his name, Fit. There's Fresh and Fit. That's the name of their channel. So Fit, I think is his name. He's the older guy, the little taller, in shape guy. I think he's Fit. The other guy's Fresh. Okay, so this is Fit that's talking. He's the one that's like more direct. So I'm not saying he's not right with the companionship, sex is healthy, blah blah, intimacy. But sometimes you do have some couples that get together based on companionship. You tend to see that in older couples. Nothing wrong with that, but that does tend to happen. There's a little bit of a gray area. It's not that easy being married to, like, assume if you were married to somebody, you just kick them out of the house because they're not giving you sex. I mean, like, dude, now these guys may go out and get sex from other girls, but I think, he went a little too over his boundaries in terms of, let's kick her out of the house because, she's not giving it up. So fuck her. I'm bringing everything to the table. Well, let me hear what his reason is for that. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. 1 second.
If a chick isn't fucking you, she's not respecting you, she's not sucking your dick on command, she's not making you food, she's not serving you, she's useless. I'm gonna say that again. I don't care if we get monetized. If a girl isn't fucking you, sucking your dick, serving you, making you food, keeping the house clean, and upholding her feminine characteristics of what she's supposed to do, kick her to the curb. Because I'm going to tell you this. As a man, I know for a fact you have to bring value to the table to deal with this fucking girl. Sometimes all she has to do is just bring her looks and some femininity, okay? And last time I checked, she's going to expect you to deal with that fucking boy girl when he breaks in.
Wow.
So that bitch better suck some goddamn dick, all right? If a girl is doing that bullshit to you, and you guys think it's funny, like when I say, if a girl doesn't let you have sex or whatever, just kick her out, whatever. If she's your girl, she's not giving you sex anymore, you got to kick her out. You got to get rid of her. You need to get rid of her because she doesn't respect you anymore, okay? The sex is a personification of her respect for you and how much she likes you.
Yep.
A woman that's low interest and doesn't respect you is going to fucking hurt you, man. You guys get what I'm saying? She's gonna hurt you. And when she doesn't respect you, she's gonna hurt you in a way that you might not be able to recover from because you're already in a place where you've allowed her to disrespect you. You're already invested. You continue to invest more because a lot of guys make that cardinal mistake of thinking, oh, she doesn't like me. Let me just invest more. Let me buy her that bag. Let me take her on this trip. Let me tell y'all niggas something, man. Women is the one thing where you invest more money, more resources, more time, the more you lose. It's not like building on your purpose and focusing on yourself. When you invest in yourself, you win. When you invest in women, you lose.
Yeah, but if you're married, then you invest in both. You invest in yourself and in her. And assuming if you have a child, then you invest. I could understand if you're maybe dating somebody at the beginning and you're like, because a lot of dudes are, there's a lot of guys I know that start to get their paychecks and they go on all these dates. And then they, come Monday, they're broke. Okay, I can understand that part where if you were to use that argument and say, well, you're investing too much time into women and you're not investing anything in yourself. Oh yeah, I agree with that if you're a single man. And let's say, you get your paycheck like $400, you go and spend, you take her out on a date for $350. You come back with $50 in your pocket and you're crying on Monday morning because she didn't call you back. Then yeah, I can understand that argument. You could use that money to invest more in yourself and you could have been a little bit more frugal and then you could have, set a budget. I agree with that. But I'm assuming in a marriage, it's a lot more responsibilities. There's a bunch of reasons why a lot of married couples stop having sex. Either they fight a lot or they just grow distant. Like again, my friend who was married, he told me he worked like 13, 14 hours a day. You think the last thing he wants to do is have sex when he gets home? Absolutely not. The first thing he does is go right to sleep. And this is a guy saying this. His wife was the one that wanted the sex. So sometimes the guys are the ones that stop having the sex, not the women. It's the other way around. Because I've seen this many times where it's actually like, even my homegirls tell me the dudes they're with or the dudes they've been dating long term are not having sex with them a lot. And these are the guys. These aren't the actual girls. Okay, I'm not saying the girls aren't capable of not doing that, but most time I hear this, it's usually the girls that are saying this about the guys. So for him to say, well, she's not having sex with you, she's not doing anything for you, you throw that bitch out. Like, dude, this is the same guy that goes around saying, well, if a woman really will respect a man, she'll respect the fact that he's going to go around and, have sex with multiple women. And then, when he gets home, you have to respect that because he's a high quality valued male. And, she's going to have to share that alpha male. That's right. Ain't that the same shit he says? See, it's a lose-lose gaslighting bullshit by this Neanderthal that represents men's rights, the face of men's rights movements, this idiot. Well, Kevin Samuels, too. He's an idiot, too. But legend rumors, he's on the down low. But, that doesn't surprise me. But, the thing is it's see, this is like the gaslighting shit you hear on the internet from these guys, these particular, not all guys, but these ones in these spaces. And the sad thing is there's women that actually entertain this. Now, could they just be trolling these guys? Maybe. Could they just be promoting their Instagrams? Some do. And then some of them, low self-esteem, whatever. You're in a combination of a lot. I just find it crazy that women will actually entertain these guys. Because these guys, they don't give you a chance to talk. They cut you off. They talk shit. They belittle you. They tell you you're trash. You're never going to be nothing. I mean, dude, what kind of guy, what kind of man is this? I mean, what a pathetic piece of shit. Like every time I see his videos, he looks more and more goofy by the day. Like at first I used to like his videos when I was first watching them, but then he started getting real cringy. And then when I look at him, like he's no different than these red pillars that are going around saying, well, we're the prize, are going to do whatever we want. This bitch going to submit to me, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, you're no different than those guys. It's like, and then like you could tell this dude gets in his feelings. Like when women ask him tough questions, he'll get real fucking mad. And it's like, brother, I mean, it's like, and then he's like, we're going to kick some of these girls off the show because they're not being respectful. And I'm like, well, because you cut them off, you sit there, you tell them they're not important, you say they're trash. What do you expect? Well, they got an attitude problem. I'm like, well, that's because of the way you're talking to them. You're the host. You're supposed to be respectful. Now, sometimes I get in my feelings too, but sometimes I have to dial myself back and say, you know what, man, I got to dial myself. I got to be respectable towards other people, even if they completely disagree with everything I say. I have to be completely restrained. I have to show, I have to be completely, respectful towards people that may not agree with anything I say. Hell, I mean, there's people, I've had one person tell me, I don't agree with hardly anything you have to say, but you're entertaining. I'll watch your channel. Okay, cool. Welcome to my space. It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to agree with everything I say, but let me go ahead and finish this video. Give me a second.
Want to know why? Because women are the one thing that men don't understand because they're what? Ill-fucking logical. And I don't care what any angry feminists want to say, whatever it is. It's counterproductive to overinvest in women, and it's going to hurt you. So you need to know this. If a chick ain't fucking you, sucking you, making you food, whatever it is, just understand, and you want it, and she tells you no, just understand that respect is dwindling. She's probably looking at other guys because a woman can't serve two masters. If she loves you, she's going to do everything she can for you. Get ready to kick her to the curb. And you need to be ready to do it at a moment's notice.
Really?
When women, I'll tell you guys this. Listen to this song, Future. Too comfortable. Okay? Bitch, don't get too comfortable. When women are comfortable, problems arise. You need her on her fucking toes at all times, thinking like, damn, is he gonna break up with me? Damn, he's really on his shit. Damn, he made a lot of money. Damn.
First of all, dude, you ain't shit, dude. And secondly, imagine having to date somebody like this. A guy like this. I mean, I'm not saying women are perfect. I'm not going to sit here and advocate for that. No, of course not. We got bad apples in every race, gender, whatever you want to call it, 57 genders. But the point is that imagine having to date this kind of guy and come home to this fucking guy. Oh my God, you have dinner fucking ready. You didn't fucking do anything. You're useless. You fucking worthless. I'm like, dude, I mean, I understand, a woman has her roles and stuff, but dude, you're taking it too personal. Like you're going ape shit on the microphone. It's not that important, dude. Listen. Most people don't even cook nowadays. I've met tons of couples. You know why? They go out to eat. You know why? Because it's easier and it's more convenient. Like, for example, I get paid on Thursday tomorrow. right? So my auntie's like, I'm going to cook tomorrow. I'm like, don't worry about it. We're going to Hart's Chicken. I'm going to put $30 in, or 36 or $39.99, and get the 20-piece or the family menu, or the family size, which is, I think it's like, it's $36.99. You get like 20 pieces of chicken, the white chicken, the breast, the thigh, the drum, everything fried, crispy to the tongue. You get 4 large sides, large barbecue, 2 large pints of green beans, and 1 large mashed potatoes with some brown gravy. And that's what you need. And then it comes with dinner rolls. I didn't cook any of that shit, and neither did she. But guess what? We made an agreement because it's more convenient. But more people are going out to eat than they are cooking. Now, I'm not saying that's an excuse not to cook, because my aunt does cook. Her boyfriend cooks too, and he's a really good chef. My mom cooks. Hell, I even cook sometimes. I help them prepare food. But there'll be those times where you don't want to sit there and have to prepare something for 2 fucking hours. Jesus Christ, this guy's overwhelming. And I hope you're watching too. I hope he is, because the thing is with this guy, he's just like the rest of these red pillars and manosphere and men's rights activists. Dude, these are not real men's rights activists. They are an embarrassment, dude. And this is the reality of what I'm seeing. But the problem is the goofy motherfuckers, they come on YouTube and they make the loudest noise. And that's what this is. And it's the same for women's rights movements. The problem is the women that are coming on these spaces are the ain't shit goofy ones. And that's the problem. You got a bunch of goofy motherfuckers on here running the show. That's the problem. That's why this divide is so bad. Because of this shit, man. You got a bunch of goofy motherfuckers, and I hate to say it, but the goofy motherfuckers always win. Because people like the entertainment, they like the drama, they like the gossip, and to each their own. It's entertainment. It's a form of entertainment. And unfortunately, that's why when you hear about, well, marriage is a piece of paper, marriage, because these goofy motherfuckers are on the internet talking shit. And that's the reality of what's going on YouTube. That's why, we're in the state that we're in terms of all this division, the 57 genders, and, all these different groups of people and stuff, because it's the goofy motherfuckers that are coming in that are not educated and they're too immature to have a voice. But unfortunately, people crowd around these types of people. And unfortunately, you just got a bunch of people like the goofiness because it's entertainment. Rick said facts. You got Cash Me Outside the Hood, stuff like that. Yeah, the Kanye West. Yeah, exactly. That's because people like these goofy motherfuckers. And we give them a platform, even though they're stupid as hell. They're ignorant as fuck. They don't know nothing. But we give them a platform for entertainment shock value. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, but that's unfortunate. That's the world we live in. The most educated people are the ones you never ever hear about, like the Logans, the Jennifers, Britneys, Veronica, shit like that, Modogs. The people that actually, if they were to have a platform and speak, they actually would have a lot more. They would have a lot more to say, and it would come from a sincere place. Not a bunch of these bitter, angry motherfuckers that are on the internet. And look, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I get my feelings, but I dial down my ego a lot. And I've actually done that the last couple of years. I've dialed down my ego a lot. But anyways, let me finish this video, then I'll go to the next.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. He who cares less in a relationship has the leverage. And you know what? On this podcast, I'm going to tell y'all niggas the uncomfortable truths. Keep your fucking foot on her neck. She needs to know that she could be replaced at any time.
Asshole.
And when she has that fear that she might lose you, she's going to be on her best behavior.
Well, dude, it sounds like to me you're one straight jacket away from, going to the penthouse, dude. I mean, dude, put her foot on your neck? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. I mean, there's some crazy lunatics on the internet. Crazy, crazy lunatics. But we'll go ahead and get past that video, and we'll go ahead and go to the next one. Okay, so we covered she's useless. Incompetent women. Okay, we'll cover that last. There was another one I saw on their clips. I'm trying to see what it is that. Well, okay, hold on, wait a minute. It's channels under there. It's Fresh and Fit clips. Yeah, these guys are got some serious issues, dude. Let's see. I'm trying to find the damn video. I mean, where the hell did they do it? Did they delete it? It's because they saw that I was gonna go over it. So they're like, well, you know, Mr. Rose is probably gonna get a hold of these videos and critique them. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. And it goes for a bunch of these other video makers. You know, I'm coming for you guys. Just take one day at a time. That's what it takes. Okay. Let's see. What's the next video? Well, hold on. Let me look at my history. Where did that video go? Where we talked about can women and men be friends? Okay, let me type it in because since it's not showing up here. Can women and men be friends? Interesting. Okay. No, not call her best friend. She gets exposed. No, I saw it. Dude, I literally saw it. That's what the video I was going to review, Rick. Damn history lesson. Damn, how bad. It's damn history on YouTube, man. It deletes my shit. I don't know why. Maybe that's a chick magnet. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, fine. Do girls bring anything besides coochie? Incompetent women. I'll go over that one. Fuck it. Let's go ahead. Why not? Since we're on StreamYard.
How seriously good?
Wait, sorry. That's an ad. That's an ad. I apologize. Sorry. Let's go. All right, here we go. Without further ado, do women bring anything except coochie?
Relationship, the man.
Hold on. Wait. Do girls bring anything except coochie? Let's go over that one.
So, ladies, quick question. I just want this, men or women, and I guess we'll go this way. Who is the prize in the relationship, the man or the woman?
I think it's both. That's my opinion. Who do y'all think's the prize in a relationship, man or woman? I say both. I think it's fair. I think it's equal. Let's go.
The man and the woman are the prize.
I agree.
It's equal.
It has to be one or the other.
You know, no, that's fine. Let her
Yeah.
equality.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm definitely the prize.
Okay.
I say the woman is the prize, definitely.
I'd say the woman.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can I add to that?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'd say the woman because
You don't need to add. The woman
take
takes
the prize.
Let her make her point, please. Go ahead.
No, because I feel like women, they do more in a relationship wise, as in like family,
Okay.
household. That's all I gotta say. Family,
It
household.
wouldn't be nothing on earth if it wasn't
Exactly.
for a woman.
Okay.
So the woman is the prize.
Okay.
That's how I period.
Okay.
How come? Period.
Go
Wouldn't be
ahead.
a man.
What's your take on
I
it?
mean, like, okay, like the ego in me is definitely gonna say, like, I'm the fucking, like, I'm
Uh-huh.
the prize. But like at
That's
the
fine
end
if
of
you
the
think that way.
no, like at the end of the day, too, like the man that stands next to you, the one that like represents you, that protects you, he's definitely a prize as well. So it's like
Fair
it
enough.
can't be. Yeah, I
The
don't know.
man can be a
But you
prize.
have to
Who is the
decide.
prize, though?
But
That's the question. Who is the prize? You or that man?
Mm.
I mean,
You, honey.
you or the man, and not even like, just like you said, egos aside. It's not even ego, especially like with my answer. Like I say, I say my answer because of the fact that I feel like everything comes from a woman.
Nah, for sure.
So-
Like don't
Okay,
get.
let her give her answer though. Let's not influence. I want people to be able to. I
Well,
want people to be able to make
I just want her. I just say
Yeah.
that.
You made it clear, but let her give her opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I definitely feel like I am the prize as well, but I don't like that like concept of like your man isn't the prize as well because your man
Right.
is just as equal to you.
Yeah.
He protects you, he takes care of you, then you need to treat
In its
him
own
equal.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I feel the same. Like, I'm a big prize, big bless, but I don't want no peasant.
Mm.
I don't want no bag of coal. So we equal. Just how I said earlier, I want someone that know themselves, that love themselves. So if you love yourself, you know you a prize.
Okay. So
Cause you gotta be able to handle me, cause bitch, I'm a prize.
okay. So that was
You
a
know?
very ambiguous answer. So I
You
would assume
feel
that
me?
means a woman. That means a woman's the prize in your eyes.
We both, it's equal.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
say equal?
gonna,
All right.
I'm not gonna break
You
it.
feel
It's
me?
equal. Okay. What about you?
For me, I gotta say the woman.
The woman is the prize.
I mean, men
Okay.
do matter, and of course, like, but if we gotta choose, women.
All right, okay, and just so I just make this very clear, so pretty much everyone said the woman except you two said equal, right?
And then her.
Yeah, I said equal.
Oh yeah, sorry, 3 equal, and then but everyone else, woman is the prize. All right, cool. And then
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
So, ladies,
And then we'll turn it to them. Then we'll do the reaction.
what do you bring to a relationship as a prize?
I manifest everything.
No. Let's do one in order here.
Oh man.
What do you bring to a man as a prize in a relationship?
Okay, me personally, I bring support. I bring, I guess, dude, this is so personal.
I'm gonna make it even harder. You can't add sex.
I mean, sex is not it. I mean, guys,
I wasn't thinking about sex. That's what your motherfucking ass.
I mean, that's not
Oh.
Look, I'm gonna push
I
you to
can't be friends with a female.
I can't. So
I mean, as a woman, I'm gonna push you to be a better you, regardless if you see it or not. Like, I'm just gonna continue to like push you to like see a part of you that maybe you've never seen. I'm gonna support you regardless if it's good or bad. Aside from that, I'm gonna want to grow with you. I'm gonna want to. No, I don't know.
so you're supportive then.
I'm supportive, and aside from that, like I have my own life that's going on. So like I don't really need a man, but it's always nice to have
It's
a man.
always good to have
And
companionship.
regardless of where you're at, like I'm not gonna shit on you, you know? Like I'm gonna push you. You're gonna be like, yes, you go, baby, but that's about it.
Right. Well, me, what I bring as the prize is me. Duh. I'm with it. I'm a rider. You feel me? I'ma live for you. I ain't gonna die for your ass. I'ma live for you. You feel me? I bring money, knowledge, wisdom, happiness, peace, love.
Okay.
You said no sex, but good pussy.
Okay, I like it.
You know,
I like it.
make my baby smile, my cutie face smile. Yes, I bring the sun. I'll say that.
I'm a big caterer, like to my men, like whatever they want, whatever they need. Usually.
So wait, are you saying you're submissive? The term you demonized earlier.
Oh God.
Okay.
No,
She said isn't a bad thing.
She
Being
said
Hold on.
submissive is not being submissive is not a bad thing if
I agree.
that the man is giving you
The
how do I put this? The
There has to
the
be a
security.
boundary.
A reason
There has
to be
a reason to be submissive. That's my biggest thing. I will be completely submissive if you give me a reason to be.
Right.
But also like a thing that like you say like what do you bring to a man's table? Like one of the biggest things that all men have different things that they want and what is important to them. So one man may want you to cook and clean for him, and another man wants you to go out and work or whatever the situation is. So like bringing like that like concept of like what are you bringing to the table for a man, like it really depends on what man you're sitting at a table with,
I agree 100% on that.
because all men had different things that they want.
Yeah, I agree.
One thing can be completely important to one person that's not to the other, right?
I mean, you described an
So,
above
it doesn't
average man
matter.
for what you want, though. I mean, above average men typically have very similar rights to
similar
what
ones.
they want.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so would
That's
you know?
above average.
Yeah, 6 foot tall and 70K a year.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
Usually the guys I mess with just have like my last like 3 boyfriends like have all been over 6
Yeah.
foot. Yeah. So
Yeah.
They just all that's just like
No, no,
whatever.
that,
They're
I'm just,
attracted to.
all I'm saying is I'm taking what you've said and
No,
I'm telling
for
you
sure.
that that's an above average man. Earlier when you said submissive, like,
Submissive has a really negative connotation around it that
It does.
that
Oh, I hate it.
yeah, it has
I
a
also
connotation,
it's such a good
like,
thing.
It's
If
a
you
beautiful
let it
thing.
be.
Right, it's
If
a
you let it
beautiful
be.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like some men take some control and submissive. They twist that bit. No, I
It's
think a
something-
lot of women.
being submissive. I think it's women though, because being
Yeah.
submissive
Yeah.
is something that I have a hard time doing for sure.
Yeah.
Is that it's not something
It's-
that
it's-
like
it's,
that comes easy.
the term, the reality of why
submissive is a negative term. It's because women have been men, not men.
Right?
You know?
No, I think about it.
But like
because
because
a lot of
it's a thin line between control and
and it's that
submissive
independence.
because
It's the independence of a woman. The woman has nowadays in this generation the independence. So a lot of women don't want to be submissive. They think that being submissive is like equating to being
control. Difference, but I
women-
think submissive is more so
Yeah.
a willing energy.
Yeah.
You know, do what I want you to do, bitch.
Most women submit to
You feel me?
the wrong man though, and then they get mad at submission. So I think that's a problem here too as well.
That's definitely
Shit,
the problem. I've
so
experienced it.
Hmm.
So yeah.
It happens.
So okay, so yeah, go ahead.
So I don't think that, well, I did say that I am the prize, but of course I do believe that men just as much are as well because they do give me what I'm looking for, which is like
So are you saying
security
that
and
they're equal
protective.
now? They're equal prizes now? Or the one
Kind
else?
of, but not really. But kind of, yes.
So you edge it out to the woman though, right? The woman is the prize?
Yes. And men as well are a prize when you know,
Okay.
in that situation.
Okay.
But what I do bring on the table is I am the kind of person that is submissive and caters if I really like you. So if we're really in this, where I'm gonna bring that, I'm gonna, you know, do stuff for you. I'm gonna even if your love language isn't like acts of service, I will do that. And I'm fun. I like to do fun things. I like to go on a adventure. So, you know,
So you
fun.
think it's fun?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What do you bring
What
to the
do you bring
table?
to the table as a prize? Like what makes you the prize?
Is a part of it. You feel me? Like, what I would bring to the table, you know, I would bring a lot of, you know, understanding. I'm the type of person, you know, that
I'm gonna fast forward to the parts where Fresh talks. I want to see what he has to say about all this. A funny feeling he's gonna say something really bad. Let's see.
I just told you what the hell I brought.
Oh, so you're talking to
Right? No.
I just told you what I brought.
So the
That's
summary.
what I was talking about, reciprocity.
Okay, so that's what you bring to the table.
That was, I mean, that was a subject, yeah, but damn.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you said a lot there. I just want to say like a summary of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, what I bring to the table is like elevation and have individually, but we have our own individual standpoints in a sense. We have our own money, we have our own goals, we have our own careers. So I'm bringing myself to the table because I know by myself, I'm good.
Okay.
So
Damn, these modern women, man, they kind of intelligent. You know, a lot of these guys, they try to put them down and stuff. But honestly, man, these modern women, man, they come in with some stuff to the table. I think guys here are a little bit intimidated. Now, there really wasn't any dissing in that clip, so I'm going to go ahead and get over that one. Let's say, where is the one that stop idolizing women? Trying to figure. I'm trying to find the one that I wanted to go over. Give me a second. Okay, this woman says she hates men. Let's figure this one out. This is on their podcast, so I'm gonna see what they're talking about.
Are you on me?
Hold on. Sorry, hold on.
Matt?
I feel like that
Are you,
every
man?
time I talk to a man, that's how it is. Like y'all don't even understand your own fucking thoughts sometimes. And women, we think about this shit in the night, in the dark, in the middle of when we wake up. Like we literally think about every action, every conversation. Y'all probably just forget about what y'all just said 5 seconds ago.
No, we actually don't.
That's actually.
But
Okay, let's read this real quick.
okay.
Okay, yeah, this is Sel, $100. I know math is hard. That's why the 99 is troubling her. Respect though to the fellas donating to bolster the sub. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
brother. Thank you, Sal.
I will say this. Men, I don't even know how to, like, you just said so many things there that are incorrect.
Really? I think they are.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna take a sip.
men are logically based. So like with us, when we do what we do, it's all logic and rationale. Like you just admitted
So
that
you
you have
think-
friends in different groups that serve certain benefits.
But that's how men are. But you just guys don't even think about it. But you logically do that shit. But you don't think about it.
No, you have business associates, sure.
Oh, so there's a different compartment already.
Yeah, but you call them associates. They're not friends. Like girls
Yeah.
will fake it and be like, "Oh my god, girl, you're so beautiful," blah blah blah. Like you guys will lie to each other.
How
all
is
day.
that a lie? Like if I think somebody's beautiful, that's how we met. I was like,
You're
No,
so
that's
pretty.
cap. Girls all the time
Not
say, "I
pretty?
love your dress," when in reality they don't mean it. I don't know about your guys'
I do
relationship.
not
I'm
compliment somebody if I do not
Remember,
mean it.
Yeah,
It's not-
I think there's no more no cap relationship than mine.
The world doesn't revolve around you. I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely not.
You know what's funny? He cut them off and said the world doesn't revolve around you. And I'm like, okay, first of all, they just answered your question and said specifically that they don't put each other down. He's sitting here trying to say, well, you I know you ladies be putting each other down, y'all pretending y'all friends. And these women are like, no, we don't put each other down. I mean, basically, and that's what they're saying. And he like pushed the button. He's like, the world doesn't revolve around you. It's like, what the hell did that have to do with what they said, though? It's like he doesn't like the answers, so he starts pushing that stupid ass little button he does to cut them off. And it's just I notice he does shit like that. Like when you put him in a corner or something or contradict him, he pushed that little button and it's like, you're not that important. You're not that important. The world doesn't revolve around you. But you're not that important, are you? I'm like, dude, they obviously were important enough. You brought him on the show. Just saying. Went put him on the show. Just saying. Go ahead and play.
I do not compliment somebody if I do not mean it.
Yeah, I think there's no more no cap relationship than mine.
The world doesn't revolve around you. I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely not.
Not a lot of women don't get along with each other, and a lot of women are catty, and they don't. As a matter of fact, I can't tell you how many times.
Right, which is why I wouldn't compliment somebody.
Cut me off. I've had women come on the show plenty of times, and they'll say,
Jesus
"Oh,
Christ.
I don't like hanging out with girls. I prefer hanging out with guys." Why is that? Well, because there's
But
no.
who are you in the show with right now? Other women or us?
Well, I'm going off my experiences.
I mean,
with
it's still
other
your
women. And we're
experience.
generalizing here, right? You're saying guys don't know.
But you can generalize it. But we can generalize it different from experiences we've had as well. You feel me? Like, I have a lot of guy friends, but of course, I prefer woman companionship. And I'm different. You're dealing with two different women in this circumstance.
No, that's cool, but I'm sorry. We're speaking in generalities right now.
But your general is different from my general.
We have a bigger broad. How old are you?
26.
Okay, 31, 28, and we've had hundreds of girls
Does
on the
age
show at this point.
determine experience?
100%. A lot of the times. I guarantee you
You think so?
we've lived more life than you
You
guys.
don't think that?
Dude, you're only 5 years older than her. What are you talking about? You act like you're 31, she's 26. There's a 5 years difference. What the fuck did you do 5 years more than, dude? Stop.
Women come in contact with more women, like conversations, relationships. Like, come on, how many times you watch your girl go to the bathroom and stay there for like 30 minutes because she's talking to somebody or a bunch of fucking women in the bathroom?
You talk to people
Professionally, you just talk to women in the bathroom.
No, I'm saying we talk to people for like it's our job. We're here on a podcast right now, right? Every night.
I'm just saying, you don't have everybody's viewpoint.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Next question. Yeah. Yeah. She said, the question was, what's our first impression?
Yeah.
I already gave my answer. So what's your question now?
No, that was her question.
Oh, that was hers. Okay, now yours.
Are you going or no?
Oh my gosh, that means I could think. Okay. Like I said, I'm terrible at asking other people questions, but if I had to ask you guys one, it
You
would
don't have to.
Good, because I
You
don't
can just
really
go
want
back
to.
and
Can
go
you guys just ask me questions?
Okay, cool.
Sure.
There you go.
The people want to know, how many people have you had sex with, Ms. Blondie?
Body count.
I'm telling you guys, it's that's not something I want to share for the world, but I did say it was low, and I'm going to keep it at that because it's the truth. So I just don't feel like sharing it
Is it
with
double
thousands of
digits?
people.
Is it double digits?
No, not yet.
Okay. I don't believe that. But.
Honestly, if I was looking at myself from another person's perspective, I would not think that either. You know, I do OnlyFans for a living, but you guys, there's also stories. That's why people do that. You know, I have a lot. Right. I'm just saying that's just another reason. I understand my image is just like I wouldn't blame anyone for thinking it's double digits.
I wasn't even thinking of OnlyFans.
No, that was just an example of why like people might think it could be double digits. I'm a hoe to the view, to the naked eye. Like you see me, and that's my image. I make myself look like that. I dress like that. I put myself on the internet like that. But that's not who I am. It's not what I like. If you ever were to approach me in public and I don't know you, you're probably gonna get slapped if you dare even say hi to me, touch me, breathe near me, try to approach me. I don't like men in general. I do not like men. I don't like men.
Really? She don't like men. Wow. That got a little spicy right there. Just said, I don't like men. I don't like y'all. God damn. I said, oh, now the conversation's starting to heat up. Let's see what else she has to say.
I don't like to be touched. I don't want to be hollered at. Don't whistle at me. I fucking hate men.
So question.
Oh, shit. Damn. Wow. She went off on a tangent on this brother show. Wow. Now, normally, you know, you think as me as a man, I'm supposed to get all angry and stuff. Like, hey, fuck you then, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. You know, fuck you then. You know, nah. I don't even take no. It doesn't personally affect me because I know chances are I'm probably never going to meet her. So it doesn't affect my life. That makes sense? I mean, I hope that makes sense. Kind of does. Well, all right. Let's go ahead.
I really, really do. I mean, not like you guys who are respectful, but.
This is juicy. So, question. You hate men, but
Right.
men pay your salary
Right.
for OnlyFans?
Yep, thank you. Goodbye.
Okay.
God damn. Damn. Woo. Did y'all hear that? He said, you hate men, but don't they pay my OnlyFans? She said, okay, thank you, goodbye. Damn. Wow. Woo. I can feel the fire breathing out of that one. You know, I'm going to go on a tangent here. I'm pretty much done with this video, by the way. Well, with that topic. Here's the thing, man. I told you guys about this yesterday. We talked about how there's like a lot of average chicks or a lot of chicks walking around with this like highfalutin ego and stuff. We talked about that on an off-air Google Hangout. It was me, Rick, Veronica and stuff, and we were all talking about it. And, you know, they say, well, you know, these average chicks walking around thinking they're the shit and stuff. Well, you just got a case for the example of this right here. And the reason why they get like this, and I'm just being honest, this is my opinion as a man, okay? The reason why is because a lot of you guys are so thirsty that you're willing to allow them to do that. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it sounds wrong. Maybe I could have reworded that, but a lot of guys are putting these women on pedestals, in my opinion, that don't deserve it. I think she's one of them. And that does that mean all girls on my OnlyFans? No. But this one in particular, yes, because you know why? Because she's already said she don't like guys. She hates men. Maybe, you know, she had some bad past experiences. But when you sit there and you say, you know, but aren't men supplying your income? And her response is, well, thank you, goodbye. You know, it doesn't matter if I don't respect her because at the end of the day, she's going to care less. But the point is the reason why she gets away with this attitude is because the men are allowing it. That's the reason why. They're allowing her to have this behavior because guys, there's a certain group of men or certain individuals that are putting her on a pedestal, gassing her head up. And that's why when you guys sit here and say, well, these women walk around with attitudes, well, that's the reason why. Because you got a bunch of dudes just gassing them up. I'm just saying, it's facts. Oh, look, we got some videos here saying boring. Ooh, I love you too. And guess what, bro? You don't even have to be on this stream. You can go join somebody else's stream. You don't even have to join. Isn't that the beauty of YouTube? You don't even have to be on this stream to watch me. If I'm boring, then you can watch somebody else who will entertain you. You see the beauty of that? You know what the option is, right? To left click the backspace button, or you could press the X button on your window, you know, your little window browser. Oh man, I swear, you know, it's again, you know, the reason why these women are like this, and this is to be honest, dude, there's a bunch of dudes that are gassing these women up that don't deserve it, putting them on pedestals. And this is the result of why she has this attitude. Do I blame her for having it? Yes and no. But at the same time, again, you get mad at these women or walk around with attitudes, well, then stop gassing them up. Facts. So, you know, it is what it is. Chances are I'll never run into her, so I could care less. And even if I did, I wouldn't really care. Because I just look at it like, okay, whatever. You ain't my wife, you ain't my girlfriend. I ain't taking you out. So personally, I don't give a shit. So I don't really care. You know, it is what it is. I don't take personal offense to it. Yeah, Fresh and Fit are dusties. They are. They're fucking dusty dudes, man. And you know, again, they're no different than these red pillars that go around gaslighting, dude. No different. They just have a certain way they do it. They carry about things. Now, I kind of don't blame her for like kind of getting upset because the fact these guys cut her off so much. It's kind of what they do on their show. Okay, we went over that. I'm really trying to find that video where where's that video at? Okay, can women and men be friends? I'm gonna type that in. There was a video clip I saw, and I'm trying to find it. I could have swore I found it. Hold on. Okay, that's what it was. Sorry about that. I found it now. My bad. I could have swore I saw it on here. I mean, I did find it on their clips. I just didn't find it on there. I don't know why. Okay, let me go ahead and click on the video. Mr. Clean decides he wants to do a video. And he's on, Rich Cooper is on here with Irene, and he's telling her why men and women can't be friends. Let's see what this brother has to say today, and from there, critique it.
What about what you said about like a woman's company doesn't do anything for you if there's no sex involved, and you get better company from a dog?
That's not what I said. I said a dog is loyal. If you want loyalty, get a dog. I don't have any interest in hanging out with women just to, you know, do things with them. Like, unless I'm intimate with them, what's the point? I just don't have that interest. There's other guys out there that would disagree with me on that, and they want to have female friends. But they usually try to be friends with these women because they want to bang them. And I can promise you that this is accurate and verifiable and true on a balance of probabilities, because in almost every single case, whenever I've talked to a guy, he's like, yeah, you know, she's got these guy friends. I said, fine, take her phone and then text them and say, hey, I'm horny, let's bang, and see what they do. She's either going to freak out, or if he gets a chance to grab the phone on a balance of probabilities, the guy's going to message back and start engaging in conversations about that. Because when men hang around women that they're not having sex with, it's because they want to have sex with them. It's generally not because they like to hear about their basket weaving stories or the.
Well, can they want to have sex with them but also enjoy their company, even if it never leads to sex, the way they might enjoy the company of a man, of a guy?
In my view, from my position, only if it's a business transaction. So I'm working on a project right now, and the lead for one part of the project that I'm working on is a woman. I've had lunch with her twice. I've had several phone calls with her. I've got a conference call coming up very, very soon with her and another partner in the project. I have no trouble with that. That's absolutely fine, but I'm working on something. I don't want to sit back and have, like, no offense, Irene, I'm sure you're a smart lady. I'm good. Thanks.
So why do you not I mean, I don't mean this towards me, but why do you feel this towards women in general?
Because I don't find women particularly interesting. I find the stuff that I want to do interesting. Guys will go and pretend to be friends with women, but it's because they want to have sex with them primarily. It's not because they want to pick their brain on their political opinions or learn more about feminism.
Can there be exceptions to that?
I'm sure there's some exceptions, but on a balance of probabilities, most guys want to bang hot women that they're trying to be friends with.
So you've never been friends with somebody, with a woman, and like it was a really good friendship?
Of course I have, but I wanted to bang them.
Okay, but let's say you couldn't beg them. Let's say they were in a relationship. Were you still friends with them, like for a while, and it was a good friendship?
No, because you get frustrated after a while. Guys hate being in the friend zone. See, this is the thing that women don't understand about guys is they think that, you know, when you friend zone guys, that everything's okay. Oh, he's my buddy, you know, he's my pal, you know, we'll talk about stuff and we'll shoot the shit and all that sort of thing. But when they part ways, he goes home thinking about her and she's thinking about Chad. She's thinking about somebody else.
All right, now, Chad is a term that red pillars use as the bad guy in the white community. That's basically what Richard Cooper is saying, that, well, you're at the house thinking about that bad guy you're not supposed to be with. I'm trying to smash. Now, you know, I'm going to put it like this, dude. They use these Pookies and Ray Rays and Chad terms to describe these bad guys these women are sleeping with. Oh, you know, these are guys you're sleeping with and stuff. That's what you try to hook up with Chad again. But the thing is they're trying to be Chad in the same breath. They want to be Pookie and Ray Ray. And you can tell by the way that they explain themselves on their videos about the way they dog these women and stuff, is that they want to be that bad guy that is getting the girls. And I mean, even if he's a womanizer or using them or whatever, they want to be in that guy's position. And that's sort of what I take from these content makers that make these types of videos. So like I said, again, Chad's a term that is primarily used as the white bad guy. Like you're sitting there having sex with Chad and stuff. I'm just trying to smash. It's like, okay, well, what makes you any different than Chad? I mean, okay, go ahead.
Well, let's say you're not friend zoned.
Behavior. It's beta behavior, and
let's say
should do a lot less of it.
Okay, well, let's say you're not friend zoned. Let's say you are viewed as an alpha male, but sex is just not an option. And why should you be frustrated? You can just have sex with someone else.
No. You're completely missing the point. So what do I do in my spare time? I go to the dojo and I box. I do Krav Maga. I'm a member of a supercar club. I drive fast cars with a bunch of friends of mine. There's no women in any of those scenarios.
Yeah, there are.
No.
There are women in martial arts.
Yeah. Okay. So let's use that example. So I go to the dojo, and just before my class start, the instructor's with this girl, and he's training her, and she's doing some striking exercises. Mm-hmm. And she's got, like, there's nothing behind it. I mean, if I were to get into a round of a few fights, like a couple of 3 minutes rounds, it would be 2 hits. It would be me hitting her and her hitting the girl.
I'm not saying you're supposed to fight them. I'm saying women might have the same interests with you. Not that you should do Krav Maga with a girl.
Right. But it's like the same thing going back to me riding the leader bike and hanging out with a chick that also rides motorcycles, but she's on a 250. Now, I don't know if you know the difference between a 250 and a leader bike, but it's like the difference between a bicycle and a Ferrari. Right? So she's just not going to be able to keep up. So I don't have much interest in wanting to engage her at the dojo with some striking skills. I'd rather work directly with the instructor, and he comes up to my level. Like when I do uppercuts, he feels it. Like he feels the power. When I watch the girls doing it, there's nothing behind it.
So you're saying that the way you bond with men is primarily doing physical things, and if you were to do these same physical things with women, it just wouldn't work?
Men do, women talk. That's the biggest difference between men and women. When men get together, we usually do stuff. When women get together, it's over a glass of wine and they kind of shoot the shit, or they're doing a book club or something like that. That's usually the biggest difference between men and women, is we like to do stuff. Like when I get together with my guys with a car club, we got the radios charged. There's like a dozen of us, maybe 2 dozen of us. We have a destination in mind. We're egging each other on as we'll drive, and we're calling each other shitbags, on the radios. It's just, it's just a fun time. Like that's what guys do. And that's fun. And in some cases, there's women there. Sometimes my daughter comes along. Sometimes I've got my LTR with me. Sometimes I roll solo. Sometimes I bring a friend. It doesn't have a $300,000 McLaren.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How many shoes
but
do
you have not very many.
All right, in this video. So what do you guys think? Can women and men just be friends for the 6 people who are on here? I think so. I don't see what the issue is. Some girls are into sports. I know personally some of them myself. Go to sporting events, go to the Rockets games, Texans games, shit like that, pop the shit, and have a couple beers, hang out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think every friendship has to be based on a sexual encounter. I mean, there's, a possibility I may not be attracted to her and she may not be attracted to me. So, hey, look, we could be friends, right? So that means there's no issue. But I will say this, though. In the dating game, when you're going on these dating apps, like when I used to go on dating apps a lot, I would meet like women off of there. And then, sometimes or things wouldn't work out or whatever, or she wasn't into me or whatever the case is, we'd end up becoming friends, right? So no big deal. Now, I understand fast forward to 2021, there may be a little bit of a difference. Like, in other words, like some women will use the friend zone as a way to like kind of manipulate you. And what I mean by this is like, for example, let's say, she knows you still like her, even though she clearly stated she just wants to be friends. But let's say you're still going out with her and you're still, paying for most of the encounters. Well, she's still sort of reaping the benefits of what it would be in a dating scenario, even though strictly are just friends. Sometimes girls will try to do shit like that. I've ran into a couple occasions where that had happened. So sometimes like some guys get stuck in that, and it's not even really like a friend zone. They get stuck in like this, this sort of bubble. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain. It's like, okay, I'm feeling this girl. I like her. We met off a dating app. But then at the same time, I know we're just friends, but we hang out and I'm still kind of like courting her as if she's still my girlfriend, but she's not my girlfriend. Does that make sense? And girls, they know this, but they're not going to tell you it. They're going to let you do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can understand why some men feel like they can't be friends with girls, because they feel like there's those barriers that they still have to get over. Like, okay, your friends owe me, fine, but I'm not paying for you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I was courting you and dating you, it was under the confines that we were talking and that. And sometimes girls will transition to the friend zone phase, and then they'll still have you courting them like you're still in the dating phase. Does that make sense? And that's why, like, I've told some of my guy friends the other day, they're like, it's going to get a dating app. What do you think? I'm like, well, I mean, I haven't had a dating app in over 3.5 years? I'm like, if you're going to go on there, you better tell them what it is you want right up front. Relationship, friendship, companionship, whatever it is. You let it be known right there, right off the bat. No more of this waiting shit. I'm not saying sex on the first date, because again, I don't believe in that. But again, we all beg to differ. But the thing is if in 2021, if you have a dating app, you better be damn sure to tell her what you want right off the bat. And it's either she takes it or she doesn't. Now, there's a little gray area in there. Well, what if she just tells you that she wants a relationship so you can court her and she get free shit? Yeah, that does happen. There's a little gray area in there. That does tend to happen. You can end up courting a girl that you're never ever going to get with. And she'll sweet talk you, and she'll never tell you, oh, we're just friends. We're just friend zoning you. She'll just say, we're taking things slow. We're taking things slow. I like you. I'm interested. We're just taking things slow. But when you fast forward, a month or two or whatever, and then you're like, okay, so where's this going? And she's still giving you the runaround, then you get frustrated as a guy, because you're like, what the fuck, bitch? So you get on her ass, because at this point you're impatient, you're angry, you're frustrated, right? Been there, done that. So then you tell them, so what's up with this taking things slow shit? So what's up with that? Oh, well, see, you getting all mad over nothing. I never guaranteed you a damn relationship first place. I never guaranteed you nothing. And see, what they do is They don't tell you you're friend zone, but at the same time, they never give you an offer. So they leave you in limbo so that when they reject you, they make it sound like it was your fault. Does that make sense for assuming? Girls are really good at that shit. I admit that is some gnarly psychological shit there. So that way they can still enjoy the courting, and then at the same time, they can still reject you. And then at the end of the day, they can blame you for you assuming that it was going to be a relationship. Girls are good at that shit. Because, see, if a girl was to say, oh, we're just friend zone, the guy's going to say, okay, you pay for yourself from now on. Like, we can be cool and stuff, hang out, but I'm going to treat you like one of the guys. You're going to pay for yourself. I mean, that's just, I'm sorry, because I believe if you're not dating the person anymore, you're not legally obligated to pay for anything, or you're not obligated to pay for them anymore. You just treat them like one of the guys. Okay, cool. We're friends. All right, that's it. I pay for my shit. You pay for your shit. That's the end of it. That's how it works. That's how the cookie crumbles. And if y'all don't see each other again, okay, cool, whatever. It's no big deal. Now, I do have some female friends that do pay for their own shit. Again, like Carmen, she pays for her own stuff. You have Veronica pays for her own shit. Samantha pays for her own shit. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with a female that wants guy friends. But sometimes some women, they'll be friends with you, just so that way they can sort of reap some of the benefits. It's sort of like what guys do with some girls. They'll string them along and they'll use them for sex. And then whenever the girl gets mad, the guy just either doesn't answer his phone anymore, or just tries to play stupid. Well, women play dumb. Because when you confront them, when you're finally frustrated, you're angry, you're like, man, and then she turns around and say, well, I never guaranteed you anything. I never said anything about giving you a relationship. I never promised you nothing. I never said that this was going anywhere. You just assuming there. You assuming there, boy. And then you're the one, you're holding your dick in one hand, or your balls in one hand, or whatever balls you have left. And then you're holding the bill in the other, and you're like, fuck. But like I said, some women, they will push the envelope. They will see if they can try to get like their guy friends. And it doesn't even have to be just money. Sometimes it could be, what's the word I want to use? Sometimes they can use you for your time, because your time is just as important. So like, I'll give you an example. I had a homegirl of mine that I used to be real cool with. And we would always talk on the phone like every day before I go to work, right? We were real nice. We knew each other since middle school. And we were cool all this time. And we would talk on the phone and we'd be cool, And she would tell me about a bunch of, guys that she was dating or whatever. Bunch of ain't shit dudes she's dating. All right. So I would just sit there and listen. Okay, cool. And the years and years went by. And every time we talked, it was always the same topic. You went on a date with this guy. He's an ain't shit dude. He was just looking for sex, blah, blah, blah. And then after a while, it was always bad news bears. And it was just so mentally draining on me that it would actually affect my way of thinking. Like, her toxic bullshit was getting pushed onto me, and I don't have nothing to do with that. So then I had to reflect and go, I had to actually stop talking to her, because it was always just drama about other guys that I have nothing to do with. So some women will try to they'll try to drag you into their, with all these guys, well, I dated this guy and went on a date, but he was just looking for sex. Well, I wanted to date this one guy. He said he wanted to date me, but then he's just looking for, I don't have a problem with their dating stories. I don't have an issue with that, but when it's every fucking minute, it gets redundant. It gets emotionally, it becomes emotionally draining as a guy. So you actually have to sit back and evaluate and say, okay, so with this one particular girl, we never hung out, right? I would always tell her, you ever want to hang out sometime? And it's always she was busy. She never had time to hang out, right? But she always had time to hang out with ain't shit dudes, right? Right? And then come to find out, you know, after all the years went by, you know, I think she tried to push the envelope, start asking for money. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, that was the straw that really broke the camel's back. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. We're just friends. Where the hell do you go off asking me for money? You know what I'm saying? We're just cool. Oh, well, you know, I'm struggling this. I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, look, listen, the ain't shit dude you're fucking at that hotel, that she was fucking at that hotel, ask him, start charging him by the hour. You know what I'm saying? Because she was asking me for like, I think like $500. I'm like, what do you need 500 for? Oh, well, it's because I need money for that. I'm like, well, those dudes you're fucking, why don't you just ask them for the money? I mean, to me, that makes sense. I mean, you're sitting there throwing your pussy around over there. Why don't you fucking start charging for it? Start putting a price tag on that shit. You know, put a price tag, stamp it right below there. And those guys, those ain't shit dudes you're throwing your pussy around to, start charging them. I mean, I'm actually giving her valid advice. I'm actually giving her good advice. Like, you know, they say if you're good at something, you should never do it for free. You ever heard that old saying? So the thing is I had to reevaluate my friendship with her. And I stopped fucking with her. Because at this point, our friendship didn't mean anything. It was just, she just wanted somebody to talk on the phone to every night and just tell me about her war stories with all these different types of the guys she was meeting. She never wanted to hang out or anything like that. And then was trying to push the envelope, starting to ask for money. Then that's when you have to evaluate everything. Okay, never seen you. We never hang out. You're fucking with ain't shit dudes, telling me your war stories, putting them mentally drained, and now you're asking for money. I'm like, yeah, you got to go. And see, that's why I can understand why certain men feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, they feel like they can't be friends with girls because of the emotional drain that it takes, that you have to divest into it. And believe it or not, sometimes having homegirls can do that. And it's not to blame the women. I'm not here to blame them, anything like that. But I'm just saying, you know, some women do that. So you just have to tell yourself as a man, okay, how is it benefiting me to be in this friendship? Okay, schedule your stream then, Britt. I'll make sure to watch it. I work 11 to 6:30 tomorrow. So please make sure to I'm going to the movies after I get off. That's right. We're on to the movies. Me and Carmen. Carmen's got free tickets. She just needs a ride home, which is cool, you know, because see, women and men can be friends, but your communication's got to be on point. So see, for example, like Brittany, she's real cool. She'll cook food for me. Sometimes we'll go on hikes. We'll hang out. So she does divest or invest in the friendship. So I respect that. But you'll have some women that try to take advantage of that. And that's why as a man, you tell yourself, you know what? It's not worth it. Just cut them loose. Because at the end of the day, even if you're trying to be her friend because you're trying to hit it, it ain't worth it, bro. It's really not. There's too many women in this world to worry about. You know, so if I look at it like if she friend zone me, but I will say this. I will tell men this. All right. If you want to, after the third or fourth date, if there's no romantic connection, get out. And that's just my opinion. It's not to trash the women, but if you're a man and you're investing time and money into her, by the third or fourth date, if nothing romantic is coming out and she's still giving you that runaround bullshit about we'll take things slow, get the hell out of that shit. Trust me, I've been in situations like that before. It's not worth it. Now I will say this though. Just because it's 3 or 4 dates in doesn't mean it's a waste of time. You know, sometimes you can have good company, you enjoy your time with her. There's a little gray area there. But if there's no romantic connection, and I mean you're having a good time and stuff, that's cool. But if nothing romantic is coming from you or her, it's better for you guys to just get the hell out. it's not worth trying to drag it out. Take this from somebody who has been through this. I was in a relationship for 3 months, courting, taking her out, whining and dining, spending money, and most importantly, spending time out of my day, right? Because your time is valuable too. Whether you're a woman or a man, your time is valuable. So you're sitting there taking her out, you're courting her for 3 months, and it was my fault too for staying in that long. That's why I'm saying, from my personal opinion, it's not worth staying in a 3-month relationship with nothing romantic involved. And you're doing the courting and the paying like there's some sort of romance going on. So take it from my experience. If you're 3 dates in, 4 dates in, there's nothing romantic at all. It doesn't even necessarily have to be sex. It's just like there's a romance, there's a fire starting. She's starting to be into you, you're into her. It's a mutual thing. If you feel like you're invested into her and she's sweet talking, saying, well, I'm taking things slow and stuff, after the 3rd or 4th date, I mean, to me personally, you're wasting your time. You might as well just get the hell out as soon as you can. It's not worth it, dude. Trust me, 3 months, I did that bullshit for 3 months on 2 occasions. It's not worth it. The more you drag it out, the more you're asking to get friend zoned. And that's just reality. It's a 99.9% chance you're going to get friend zoned. So you just say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and exit. I appreciate it. And if she offers you a friendship, now, there's nothing wrong with taking a friendship. But if you do that with every chick you meet, you're just going to be the guy standing around with 50 homegirls and you ain't fucking none of them and they're all fucking ain't shit dudes. So you're left holding the bag, looking like a fool. So I learned from why do y'all think I went on this sex detox, this dating detox? Why do y'all think I did it? So I could reevaluate my thinking. There's a reason for it. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. Dating is fun. You want to go on dating apps? You want to go date? Fun. Go ahead. Have a good time. In 2021, if you're a man, you better damn well be up front. Even if you're on some sneaky conniving shit. If you're just trying to smash, just put it out there. The worst you could say is no. Hell, some girls are into that shit. Some girls are into more of a hookup than the guys are. I see some of my homegirls going out hunting for guys. Like some of the guy would do. I'm like, wow. I guess times are really changed now. Women are now picking up masculine traits. Like, wow, women are actually going hoe hunting now, looking for dick. I've never heard of that in my life. Usually the guys are the ones, my brother used to tell me, it's usually the guys go hoe hunting. You know, they go to the movies, they go to the mall, they're going to try to holler, oh, so go holler as well. So now the women are doing it. As crazy as it sounds, the women are actually doing this shit now. And they're doing it a lot more often than the guys are. Because a lot of it has to do with, well, obviously gender roles are mixing. Obviously, women have more of a voice. They have more of a say-so. And a lot of these guys that are complaining about feminism and all this shit actually should be happy because if these girls are coming up and approaching you, that's part of the whole liberation. So now, well, obviously you have to be kind of somewhat attractive guy. But, you know, for the average guys, it's not really the case. But to be fair, those guys, you know, if girls are approaching you, that's due to feminism for, you know, the whole, what is it called? The liberation, man. Because now women they don't have to feel bad about approaching guys first. You got girls getting on one knee proposing to guys. I don't agree with that personally, but you see stories of this all the time. So you're just like, wow, okay, that's what's up. So like, I've seen girls in packs of 3 and 4, and I worked as a waiter at Buffalo Wild Wings. Girls would be in groups of 3 or 4 checking out guys. I've never seen that shit before. It's usually the guys that do that. But now the girls are doing that. It's like crazy how the whole like, you know, general thing is kind of reversed. It did like a whole upside down. I've seen girls going up to guys asking for their numbers. Oh, yeah. It's like you would think that that's not, what's the word I want to use? It's not unheard of. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it's fascinating because it's just like, okay, these girls are just more upfront and more, you know, and I understand guys are kind of a little more hesitant now because the whole like Me Too movement stuff, sexual harassment. So I get there's a reason why guys sort of feel a little bit more, you know, less likely to approach women from a standpoint of like sexual assault, sexual harassment, you know, because if a hi baby can be something interpret now as sexual harassment, like even on the job, same shit. So it's you know, I can understand why guys are a little bit more hesitant to pull the trigger, you know. Now again, that's kind of harsh. No. Christina, I'm not saying sex on the. Okay, I'm not putting a timetable for sex. Let me reiterate this, so that way you guys can see where I'm coming from, so I don't sound like Pookie and Ray Ray. I don't believe in sex on the first date, but sometime after that, depending on the individuals and if they're consenting, if it's both consensual, that's fine. Who am I to dick police or pussy police them? They can do whatever they want. That's fine. Now, what I'm saying is, if you're a guy and you're on these dating apps, there's no more courting right off the bat. You have to first make them earn it. And not only that, but you have to make your intentions well known. Usually it takes a third or fourth date before questions start coming up. Even my parents told me about this back in the day. Back then, you didn't reveal your cards right away. Now you have to, because you don't know what that other person's agenda is. So you just have to say, you know what, fuck it. This is what I want. Either we're on the same page or we're not. That way, it's just right there up front. And the worst thing she could say is no and go about her business. Or if she says yes and you have a little conversation and she asks what you're looking for, you just be up front. If you're just looking for sex, you're looking for sex. If you're looking for companionship, you're looking for companionship. If you're looking, you know, because you're interested in her and you want to date her, whatever the case is, you say it right there. No more waiting until the third or fourth date to say it. Because then that's where, because I'm telling you, girls are really fucking good. One thing I will give women at, and I see my own girls do this all the time, they're really good. They're better at stringing guys along. And what I mean by that is, when a woman friend zones you, she'll never tell you we're just friends unless it absolutely comes down to it. Now, they'll say, I'm interested in you. I really like you. I think this is going somewhere, but I just want to take things slow. But I just want to take things slow. Okay, fine. And then you're sitting there courting, taking her out, paying for the dates, which is fine, no problem. And then the 3-4 months goes by, and it never really transgressed to anything else. So then when you get mad as a guy and you're like, well, you goddamn bitch, I sat there and paid for you for all this time now, not taking you out here now, you know? And then she'll turn around and say, I never guaranteed you anything. I never told your trifling ass that I was going to date you. I never said that this was going anywhere. You assume that. Trust me, I've been through that, and I've seen my homegirls do that on other guys. You know why? Because they can reject them easier. And not only that, but in other words, they can reject them and actually make them feel bad about it, because they're like, well, it was your fault for assuming. I never guaranteed you shit. In a sense, it's sort of brilliant for the women because it doesn't make them look like the bad guys, in a sense. Now, there was an asshole move, sure, but it doesn't make them look like a bad guy. It makes the guy look like a bad guy because he assumed, because she didn't, based on her wording, she was able to get out of it, which is smart. I mean, it's sort of because, you know, if a woman's talking to like 20 dudes, or let's say not 20, that's too many. Let's say 3. So she's talking to 3 guys. She can let 2 off easy. I never told you nothing. And then the one guy, she'll say, well, I thought about it and everything like that. I think I'll take your offer, something like that. But I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, man. The thing that sucks about dating apps, it doesn't really benefit most men. It doesn't. I mean, it's just a waste of time. And it's nothing personal. It's not that I haven't met cool people off of there. It's not that I'm not saying I haven't had good times, but it's harder for guys to go on these damn sites because you just have so many guys that are just hitting these girls up, and I'm not saying it's the girl's fault, but they just got so many thirsty motherfuckers in their DMs. Your message is stuck in there with 1,000 others. Even for the girls that are just mildly attractive, same thing. They get 1,000 DMs, and there's like one in your DMs in that box with 1,000 others. So it's like a raffle. It's like which message catches the eye. So then it comes down to percentages. Okay, so where the odds are she's going to raffle your message? Probably a 0.0005%. Dude, there's times I've had my day naps go 3 weeks collecting dust. 3, 4 weeks, not even a view. All my messages left on unread. They didn't even have the common courtesy to read my message. That's how you know you're fucked. It's just so many guys are on these sites, and it's just they just mass flood these women's DMs. And I'm not blaming the women at all. It's not their fault. But I'm just being honest. It doesn't benefit most men to be on these dating apps. It doesn't. It only benefits maybe about 30% of the guys. The 80-20 rule, I don't believe in that, Rick. The whole 80% of the women are going for 20% of the men. No, because I've seen some ugly dudes with chicks, but I will say that I think that number is a lot higher than 20. But I do think that more than half of the guys are not getting any sexual what's the word I want to use? They're not getting any sexual offers from women. I do agree with that. So I will say that I think that number's not 20%, but I'll say about 33%. I'll say 1/3 of the guys are getting access to various options of women, and then you got the other 2/3 that are just kind of left hanging with maybe a little bit here or there, but not really much. Not much to really make any, I do agree with that. But I don't think, again, I don't think that that the 80-20 rule is real, but I do think that it's more of 33%. 33-66. 33% of the guys are getting options in the dating game. 66% guys are being left out. And that's honestly, that's what's going on. Now, I'm not saying those 66% of guys aren't ugly, but it's just the girls aren't talking to them. So it's just, and there could be various reasons too. I mean, some of them may be thirsty, some of them may be weird, and then some of them may not have any confidence. I mean, there's different variations of reasons. There could be, it could be certain things. I don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't dress well. I don't know. I mean, there could be a lot of mitigating factors, but again, I don't believe in the 80-20 rule, but I do think it's 33-66. But to go back to the women and friends part, if I'm going to be friends with a woman in 2021, let's say hypothetically I meet a woman off a dating app and, we went on 3 or 4 dates and I'm really into her, but she's not really feeling me like that. It depends on how her attitude is and how she carries herself will determine if I think that maybe we could be friends. But if she's being, deceitful and, got a little stucky, cocky attitude and being arrogant and shit, I ain't taking no friendship from her. I'll just say, no, thank you. And again, now here's a gray area. Now you're going to say, well, what if every girl you meet offers a friend zone, right? Because they want to take things slow. They want to be friends. So see, there has to be a limit now. You can't just sit there and take every single friendship card to give you, because then, again, you're the guy walking down the street with 50 girls by your side, and ain't none of them fucking with you. Trust me, I actually was there. 17 at one time. So you have to tell yourself, you have to be smart. Say, okay, I'll take a couple as friends. That's it. The rest of them, they offer me a friendship. Thanks, but no thanks. It was really nice getting to know you. I think you're a nice person, but I'm not here to make friends. I already got enough friends. It's nothing personal to you. And it's not to say that you're not a bad person or a good person. It's, you say you're a bad human being, you're not. But I mean, what does it look like if you're a guy that's just taking all these friendships from girls? You're just looking like a sucker, right? And now these girls will say, oh, that's not true. But these girls know damn well that is true. And especially if some of these girls know that these guys still kind of like them, they'll say, okay, well, let's see how far I can push that envelope. Now, do all girls do this? No. But some will try to see where they can go with it. Facts. So, I'll be friends with a female. I got female friends. I don't have an issue with it. It's not a big deal. This idea that you have to have sex with every girl you meet, I think it's stupid as hell. I think that's a dumb way of thinking. But I do understand the argument that you can't just accept every friend zone, because if you're looking for a girlfriend, right, you're looking for a long-term committed relationship. Let's say you are, right? Me, I want a long-term commitment. I want an actual girlfriend, right? Okay. So what do I look like taking every single friendship offer? I mean, what is that? That actually undermines the actual, I don't know what's the word I want to use. It undermines the actual intent of what my purpose was on these dating apps, was to find a girlfriend. So what sense would it make for me to undermine my intentions to give somebody else theirs? Does that make sense? And especially if we're not on the same page, that doesn't make any sense. So it sounds like, oh, you're being Pookie and Ray Ray, but it's like, no, it's not even that. It's the fact that if I'm looking for a long-term commitment and girlfriend, I'm not on a damn dating app looking for friends. I mean, does that make any sense? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. That doesn't make any logic sense. The purpose of a dating app is, well, I assume the purpose of a dating app is to find like a long-term committed relationship. At least that's what dating apps used to be. Maybe they've changed over the years. I don't know. See, I haven't had a dating app in 3 years. So that's the thing. I haven't had a dating app in 3 years. So maybe they have changed, Rick. I don't know. Like I said, I don't go on them because I just think it's a waste of time. It's not saying that everyone on there is a waste of time. I just think it's a waste of time for guys, for most men. It's just most of your messages are left unread. I understand why. Your shit collects dust after a while. You got so much dust in your damn profile, you end up becoming dusty. Hence the name Dusty. So you just tell yourself, you know what, man, this ain't worth it, dude. Just delete the shit. I'm not angry or bitter. No, absolutely not. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not angry or bitter. I deleted my dating app. That's it. And it's no big deal. I moved on. Life goes on regardless. Maybe. Well, see, the thing is, man, I'm not, I don't believe in sex in the first date. The reason why I say that, fantasy fan panel, is because I like to get the time to see if there's a connection beyond that. Because what tends to happen is people hook up and then they don't call each other no more. So then you're just like, okay, well, what the hell? Right? So then both of y'all don't talk to each other no more. And that tends to happen, right? So then both people, or the girl leaves bitter about it. She gets mad, And to me, I just feel like when people have sex right away, the first date, right away, it's just like Jennifer said, to blow off anger. Okay. But like I said, I actually want a girlfriend, like an actual relationship. I don't want to, do this whole fuckery shit, this whole pump and dump culture, because I don't agree with it. Now, just because, let's say hypothetically we had sex on the second date and stopped talking, would that be a pump and dump scenario? I mean, you could classify that as, Rick, but the problem is that the difference is you had intentions of actually trying to make that a relationship. It just didn't work out. That does tend to happen. Ain't no big deal. It's not a big deal. Just because you date somebody does not mean they're obligated to be with you. Absolutely not. She has every right to exit the relationship. I have every right to exit, or whether it's mutual, or whether it's one person or both. We both have the right to leave and exit, right? Because I'm technically not married to her by law. She can leave. I can leave. Whatever. That's no problem. I'm not going to say I'm handcuffing her because we went on one date. No, absolutely not. The thing is if there's nothing romantic, and it doesn't have to be just sex, Christina, if you're still watching. If there's no romance brewing after 3 or 4 dates, it's best, and I'm telling the men this, it's best to just pull out. It's best to just invest your time into somebody else that you may find that connection with. Because a lot of the times, I've been through this twice. You date a woman for 3 months, and all of a sudden, she's like, well, I'm taking things slow, because most likely she's probably dating other guys, right? So to be fair, okay, she's dating other guys. She has every right to. I'm not her husband. I get that argument, but at the same time, you get frustrated as a guy, but then when you flip out on them, they say, well, I never promised you anything. It's like, okay, so what's the whole purpose of waiting 3 months then for? It makes no sense. So that's why, and I know I'm putting a lot too much into this because I'm speaking on past tense, but I'm giving an example as to what I mean when you tend to wait for too long. You see what I'm saying? You're waiting too long, and then it drags it out, and then you end up getting, most time, and I've seen guys go through this too, not just me, they get a friend zone. So that's why, once again, I say 3-4 dates, I think is a fair sample size. And okay, Alex, Brandon, you take it easy, bro. I got 9 people watching, but the only one that's commenting is Fantasy Panel. Sex on the 3rd or 4th date, that's kind of harsh. I wonder what you mean by that, Christina. Because maybe she means that it's harsh, as in that's too long, but then she could say, well, that's too soon. I'd like to see what she means by that. You could always just say, just kidding, would tell you a lot through the potential if she's going to play like that. Wow. You should have just told her, since we're such good friends. Send me some boob pics. I'll give you $50 and see how good friends you really are. If she's going to play like that. Okay, Jennifer, I like the way Jennifer talks sometimes. She has a very good sense of humor. See, Jennifer, I know she's married, but in the dating game, she actually would be kind of fun to talk to because she has a good sense of humor. And there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody with a great sense of humor. I like that, Jennifer, if you're still on here. It's very nice of you. Very kind. All right, Alex, bro. I'll see you next time, bro. Yeah, I agree. Oh, really? So she means that the 3rd date for sex is way too long, meeting in a day nap? Wow, okay. Well, if I mean, to me personally, I think the 1st date, again, having sex on the 1st date, my opinion, I don't know. I think it has a bad stigma. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, if you do it, you do it. That's it. But what I'm saying is a lot of the times it becomes a rebound sex scenario because, like I said, my homegirl got out of a really bad divorce, right? And she started just going on these random dates and these fuck flings, which I told her and I advised her, I don't think you should, right? Because this is a whole like mental thing. So she would she would just throw herself right at on the 1st date, first encounter. And I told her, I don't think that's healthy because you're having sex with what, 3-4 guys, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I get it. You're going on this rebound sex binge tour. And I get that. You're just trying to get off. You're trying to have a good time. Maybe you don't see anything going with these guys. Okay, fine. Got you. Understand. But at the same time, emotionally, it's going to fuck with you in your mind because then you're going to get in your feelings. You're going to end up liking one of these guys. And then these dudes just want you for what? Sex. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is even though you say, well, it's her fault. Yeah, it is her fault. But that's why I was saying to myself that in my personal opinion, I think sex on the 1st date eliminates that emotional drain. I think that getting to know somebody first, for at least the 1st date, getting to know somebody and seeing and I guess I sound like what do they call it? Like educated lame talk, whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. But I don't know, maybe I have a different way of thinking than most people. Okay, fine, whatever. But at the same time, I just feel like, you know, if you eliminate sex right off the bat in the first date, it gets time for you to get to know the inner person. If there's anything in common, you have any connection, blah, blah, blah. I feel like when you just rush for sex, right? Right? Like automatic, I feel like it eliminates the ability to get to know them, right? After the fact. Because then you're like, well, why have the cow when I got the milk for free? Right? So I already got what I wanted. So then I mean, it's not, Rick, I wouldn't call it a challenge. No, it's not a challenge. It's just, I just want to see if there's any compatibility, for longevity. See if you get to know them. Do you have anything in common? Blah, blah, blah. Let's have good conversation. What's wrong? Whatever happened to good conversation nowadays? No one wants to have great conversation. And it's just like everyone just wants to skip the conversation, get straight to the bedroom, and that's fine. I mean, it just, I don't know. Like, to me, I want to see if there's an interconnection that goes further, because then when the sex does come, in my opinion, makes it better. In my opinion, then versus like, hey, Christina, hey, just come over to my house, come over to my room, I'm butt ass naked waiting for you. I mean, in theory, that sounds nice, sounds pleasant, but there's really it doesn't sound like a long-term investment. It doesn't sound like anything interesting. I mean, maybe something coming up, but it's just, I guess if you're two consenting adults and they're just trying to get their sexual frustration out, okay, fine, whatever. But I think if you're like dating and you like this person, I don't know. I just feel like I want to reserve that right for sex right off the bat. Now, I'm open to it if assuming we were talking for a while. Let's say we, a long distance relationship. We talked for like 3 months, off and on the phone, built up a little bit of, a fling, or built up a little bit of a, affection. What do you want to call it? A romantic encounter. So then when you meet in person, right? Then you meet in person, it's like, oh, okay, well then, you may not see that person in a while. So then I can understand that. But if you're living in my area code, I see you all the time, it's sort of like, that's when I guess I would apply that first date. Because I already know I could see you again, and if we do, and a connection was to occur, then yeah, whatever happens, happens. And I'm all for that. Sex isn't everything. I agree when it comes to relationship. True. You said that you're not having sex by the third or fourth date. Well, let me reiterate that. Because see, now I'm trying to sound like Pookie and Ray Ray. It's trying to sound like, well, you ain't letting me hit it, I ain't fucking with you. Let me reiterate that. Now, again, it's a very tricky subject here. Because see, I don't want to come out like being an ass. I don't want to come out saying, oh, you bitch, you ain't fucking with me. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Now I don't want to come out being that way, right? Because then that makes it disingenuous. So I'm trying to find the right wording, okay? What I'm saying is sex off the table the first date, and by the third or fourth date, if I'm assuming, there's some sort of romance brewing that could lead to sex, or that that leads to, affection, to where, there's a relationship coming out of it. Then, you can say, okay, well, okay, whatever. But like, if you're like, mistakes I made in the past, mistakes that I made, I'll hold myself accountable right now. I hold myself accountable, where I've dated 3 months straight with not really anything sexual other than just holding hands or kissing, like just manual stuff. Now, if I had sex with her, would I feel completed? Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, sure. I guess you could make that argument, Rick. But you're saying if I would have had sex with that girl, that 3 month relationship, that I didn't have sex with her? Are you saying because I slow played it? Are you saying if I would have had sex with her, would it have made a difference? Well, I liked her, so at the end of the day, it would have sucked either way. But my Pookie and Ray Ray side would have said, well, at least you got sex. So at least you got something out of it. So you can't simply just walk away empty-handed and saying, hey, well, you invested your time and money and in return she gave it to you. Okay, fine. But at the same time, I didn't get it. We're creatures of habitation. So, we're going to bond. And so I get that. Love bugs do it all the time. Get that. Humans are the same way as love bugs. You see love bugs always having sex. They always get together and have sex. It's like same thing with guys and girls to a certain degree. But like I said, I don't know. And I'm not trying to pretend like I'm some good guy here, some perfect guy by saying, oh, I'm not going to have sex on the first date. So therefore, it puts me at a, what's the word I want to use? It puts me at a, it makes me better than most men. No, absolutely not. The guy that could be having sex on the first date could probably maybe better than me. Who knows? Who knows? So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, because I put off sex right away, that makes me better. No, absolutely not. But, I don't know. I just say 3-4 dates is a fair enough sample size to figure out where exactly this is going. And, of course, men are supposed to take charge, supposed to lead and stuff. But at the end of the day, the women do make the decision. What do they call it? The gatekeeper to sex or whatever the case is. Okay, fine, whatever. So if she's feeling you, she'll have sex with you. If she's not feeling you, she'll make you work for it. I get that, Rick. Understand that. But again, you have to be smart too, because a 3-month relationship, you could have been investing your time in somebody else. So you're already done dragging 3 months. Trust me, I learned from those mistakes. And I hold myself accountable. That was my fault. I take an L for that. But back then it used to make me mad, right? Now I use it as like as a bargaining tool to say, you know what? I fucked up. Here's how to correct it. So deleting the dating app, in my opinion, it took the mental anguish away. It took the mental, emotional roller coaster shit of having to get to meet somebody and get to know them, to get to meet somebody else. And then, it's just to take all that away. I deleted dating apps, man. It just rebooted my whole mind, man. It was really good for me to just rebound and, reboot my mind and just, I don't know. I think it's good because I see a lot of these people going on dating apps. They're constantly going on dates. They're constantly not getting, pink slips, this and that. And then they're all like frustrated and stuff, I don't know. Maybe I'm just putting too much into this. Maybe I talk too much. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know. Okay, let me read some comments. Yeah, Christina, you're absolutely right. By the 5th date, it's time to put an arm around the waist and see where it stands, in my opinion. Sex unlikely. That is true. Yeah. And see, I don't want to make it sound like it's all about sex, but I don't know. I just, and again, I'm not. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that, Jen. Sex coming on too quickly, as cool as it looks in movies, is bad sex. And sex that's been building slow is good sex. Exactly. Jennifer just, oh my God. I'm in love. She just said it the way that I was trying to word it. Oh my God. That was good. That was really good. And take it slowly because you're new to each other and it's about, yes, that's the point. Jennifer just said it. I don't even think I have to explain it. Look, just a comment right here. Read it. She just said, sex is coming too quickly. As cool as it looks in movies is bad sex, and the sex that's been building slowly is good sex. Yes, that's what I was referring to. Because the thing is you sit there and have sex on the first date. I'm not saying you can't have a relationship or a relationship can't spring from it. But it's like, I just feel like I've seen too many people that engage in that. And then what ends up happening is it becomes a, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? So then it becomes just like a one-night stand. Right? And like I said, with my homegirl, she's having all this sex with all these dudes on the first date. And again, she got out of a really bad divorce. And I understand that, she had some emotional trauma. I get it. But I told her, you're making it worse. She's like, well, I only know these guys want it. I said, yeah, but the thing is that you're giving out, you're passing it around. I'm not calling you a hoe. I'm not calling her a hoe. I'm not pulling that card, but I'm saying from a mental capacity, her mental state is going to be very fucked. It's actually going to be worse. Because think about it. You're having sex with 5 people, right? You got a shitty ass relationship. So you go on this rebound sex, right? Getting all your frustrations out. So you're having sex with 4 or 5 people. So then feelings start getting involved. So you might be feeling 1, maybe 2 people, but then they really don't want you other than for that encounter. So then you're kind of left out of a shitty ass relationship. You're already mentally fucked. Now you just put yourself in another scenario. You feel like you got hurt again. And it's just, and I told her, I just think, my personal opinion, I don't think you should engage with just having random sex with these guys. I mean, you got to have a bad relationship. That's just my opinion. On the same sex date. Okay. Okay, we got a little sexual in your window in the conversation. Yeah, I mean, again, I was supposed to review more videos, why women and men can be friends. The Fresh and Fit did one on this. I just didn't review it because I can't find a link. I don't know what they did. I think they shared it to private because they must have saw that I was on here. They saw, oh, Mr. Rose, you're on here talking shit now about me, man. You keep my name out of your mouth, boy. The thing is one thing I've learned is that, for the longest time, I've always said, women need to be held accountable for their actions, da, 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 da. But I realize now as I'm getting older, I think we all should learn how to hold ourselves accountable, right? And part of it's admitting that you might have fucked up a couple times. You fucked up 1, you fucked up 2, fucked up 3 times, I think my biggest problem with when I was dating, my personal opinion, I think, if I was really insecure, really overweight, blah, blah, blah. And the fact that, I kind of didn't have a backbone, didn't really like stand up for myself, and again, I get it. I look back now, I just laugh at it, but that was an issue. That was what killed my 4-year relationship, was the fact that I never had any edge. I was too nice. And, and again, I know y'all are going to say, well, that's not no reason for, listen, there is a such thing as being too nice. And, and again, I was too nice. And the fact was that I couldn't handle criticism well. Handling criticism from her parents, from other people, this and that. And then at the end of the day, I think the biggest mistake I made was being too clingy. That shit's a turn off. And I look at it now saying that. So I know it's a turn off. Being clingy, whether you're a girl or guy. I'm not saying it's bad necessarily, but sometimes when you smother people and stuff like that, and you shower them with gifts and this and that, and you're playing the game like you're trying not to lose her, versus having confidence, being assertive, this and that, that's where it got, I guess that's where my nail was in the coffin. You know what I'm saying? So her friends would tell her, yeah, Steven's not this guy. He doesn't have any edge. You need a guy with more edge. She told me that. I was like, okay, so what do they mean by that? Because I was like 17 at the time, 16, 17. She said, oh, well, that just means that you have like more assertion, be more manly. I was like, oh, okay. I got you. So, again, and the fact that I was too clingy, I was way too clingy. And like in the back of my mind, I always felt like I was going to lose her. And I think that's a losing mentality to have as a guy. When you wake up every day thinking you're going to lose the person you're with, you get real insecure, then all that shit. And then it just doesn't look good. I understand women like guy with confidence, and I get that. And that's where I screwed up. So I wish I would have, learned that back then when I was young, when I was real young versus now. If I would have, put that, if I would have had that same, if I would have thought the same now as I did that 5, 6 years, oh, dude, I would have been in a better position. But you know what? Things in life happen for a reason. That's life, Wow. No, I agree with clinginess does show insecurity. No, I agree with that. I'm not denying that, bro. That is true. Any person who's insecure and you're really insecure, whether you're a woman or a man, it just doesn't matter. Whether you're a girl or a guy, I'm not saying you have to walk around saying I'm Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. No, but when you show your insecurities all over the place and you don't show like you're confident in yourself and this and that, it really wears on the relationship. It does. Now, you may have a bad day here or there, and you may think, okay, I'm having a bad day, so you talk to this person, whatever. But when it's when it's an everyday occurrence, then yeah, that can get bad. Because then like you don't really have any confidence that this relationship is going anywhere because you don't have any confidence in yourself. You don't love yourself. And the fact is, if you don't have any confidence in yourself, I'm not saying you have to walk around egocentric. No, because there's a lot of guys on YouTube that do that shit. They walk around thinking they're some Billy Badass, I'm not saying do that, but, if let's say, for example, if you're confident in yourself and you love yourself to a certain degree, that really has a better impact on your relationship. Definitely. Because I always believe you don't love yourself. And I'm not saying you can't have depression. You can't, some people need to feel love because they just simply don't have the confidence in themselves. But I still feel like it's kind of damaging because that's like saying, well, the only way to love yourself is to feel loved necessarily. So then you feel like, well, without this person, I really don't think highly of myself. Okay, well, then what happens if that person leaves? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Then you just feel like, you're like, fuck. So in other words, it's just with the whole insecurity and shit, again, when you're insecure and stuff like that, and it shows, it can, again, women like confident guys. I get that, Rick. 100%, I agree. I wish I could highlight your comment, but you're on Facebook, so I can't do that. But yeah, I agree. Rick said that was a problem in my divorce that I got. I didn't really have a lot of confidence in myself. I spend most of my time at work, and she ended up begging some Jeremy guy at the restaurant that was all coked out on drugs and stuff, and he was begging her in the parking lot. Yeah, I remember that, Rick. I told you that your wife was having sexual intercourse with Jeremy. I said, there's something weird going on. Your wife was very flirtatious. I knew something was up. I said, I saw her and the hostess walking out. Bad guy Chad, or what they call Jeremy. And I said, damn, Rick, I mean, I think your wife's talking to that. I think your wife's fucking him, man. I just had a hunch. You just got like this hunch behind your back. And I was telling Rick that. But Rick, you didn't want to listen, man. I tried telling you. And then finally, Rick thanks me at the end. He said, man, yeah, I want to thank you. That was true. It did happen. I'm like, fuck. So me and Rick, we ended up becoming great friends after this. Even though there's a large, age range of, what's the word I want to use? There's a big gap between our age. Rick's like, shit, I'm half his age. So that just goes to tell you right there that I don't have a problem being friends with females. I don't. So I don't want women to think like, oh, so if you're not getting sex from any of us, you just trying to get some. You don't want to be their friend. Like, no, absolutely not. I think if for example, if I love girls that are into sports, perfect friendship. You know why? Because we can go out to sporting events. I like sports, like football, basketball. Not really a fan of baseball. I like wrestling. Some of my homegirls are into wrestling. So there's a fun time. We can go out, have fun at the events. Let's say, I like to go hiking. Brittany likes to go hiking. Me and Brittany go hiking. We go hiking all the time. Well, not in a while, but since I got my new car, we're going to go hiking sometimes. I don't have a problem with it. So if I have something in common with her that makes it fun, it's even more of a plus. Then it makes the friendship meaningful, is when you have something in common. But the thing is if I meet her on a dating app and we became friends, then she has to understand that I'm not if I want to pay for her encounter, even if it's just $10, $15, I don't give a shit. It's whatever. That's nothing to me. $10, $15 is nothing. But just understand I'm not obligated to pay for her anymore. Now, if I do here or there, it's out of the kindness of my heart. But I'm not there. I don't have to abide by the dating rules anymore. In other words, to court, to take her out, and to treat her like this is going somewhere. Because at this point, we're just friends and that's it. I remember I was talking to this one girl one time, and we ended up becoming friends. Right, we were just cool friends, and we both had a mutual understanding. And I sat with her. We were sitting at Denny's, and I told her, "Look, listen, this was like our third date, and both of us were just, we just felt each other's friends, nothing more. We're just friends, good friends, still to this day." And I said, "Hey, look, listen, you're a nice girl and everything. Look, I just feel as more as a friend thing." And she said, "I feel the same way." I said, "Okay, so we're on the same page." I said, so after getting to know her, she likes sports. So I said, okay, cool. So there was a reason to keep a friendship with her because we had something in common. So therefore, it was like, okay, cool. All right, bet. So I wasn't really feeling her. And if I'm not feeling her, I'm not going to have sex with a girl I'm not sexually attracted to. Yes, it's true that guys cannot be sexually attracted. This idea that guys will have sex with girls they're not attracted to, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But for me personally, I wouldn't have any fun having sex with a girl I'm not into. Doesn't make sense. So I guess I guess to say this, I told her, "Hey, look, we're just friends, cool." And I told her flat out, I'll buy your drink every now and then. I may, if I'm feeling some type of way and I'm really in a good mood, and I want to take you out as friends, and I don't mind paying for your company because I think you're a decent person, you're a nice person. I don't have a problem with that, but understand I don't have to. I'm not obligated to pay for our encounters. And she flat out looked at me and said, okay. Like she knew right then and there, like where we stood. And that's cool. The problem with Fresh and Fit's podcast, the problem with them is that they have this notion that every girl that they go out with, they should be fucking. Dude, that's impossible. That's impossible. Listen, that's impossible. Even Brad Pitt had an interview about a year ago, and I was watching it the other day. He even said he got turned down a lot in high school. He told me, well, he didn't tell me, but he told it, a TMZ insider, he said that he didn't even started getting sex from girls until after college. So he's already 24, Brad Pitt, 23. He didn't even start getting a high amounts of women until then, and he was already in the movie business. So that goes to tell you something right there. Even Brad Pitt was saying he got rejected. I'm like, wow. So even as good as looking as Brad Pitt was back in the day, he's a handsome guy, no homo, just keeping it 100. He's a good looking guy. He even said, hey, look, I got rejected. So for these guys to come on here like, I've never been rejected before, like that, dude, that's a lie. That's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible to fuck every girl. That's why, like, when Fresh and Fit said, if you're not fucking every girl you're meeting, you got a problem. Like, dude, that's impossible. There's no way. I mean, even for a guy like me, like, even if I had the confidence and had, money, that's impossible. There's no way that can happen. And because if that was the case, most guys would be doing that. If that was the case. So that's why, like, I watch his videos and he's like, well, that's beta male behavior to hang out with women and you ain't fucking them. Okay, fine. I understand your point, but that's impossible to have sex with every girl you meet. That's impossible. That's just not fact. That's just not possible to do that. From day one of birth all the way to whatever your age is now, that's not possible. Yes, guys can not be attracted to women too. See, that's why they're thinking like, well, you know, she's not giving you the sex or whatever, you're beta. I'm like, dude, what if you're not attracted to her? There's a couple of homegirls I have not attracted to. So in that case, okay, well, why would I have sex with a girl I'm not attracted to? So then it's only fair to say, well, if the girl's not attracted to me, then it's fair game. They had this one video I'm going to review tomorrow. And he said, Fresh and Fit were like, why are you going to, okay, if a woman makes you wait for sex, just get rid of her, right? And he said, why should I have to wait when other guys were getting it for free? Okay, but my issue with that is not every guy's the same. So if Brad Pitt, for example, had sex with, I don't know, multiple chicks. Okay, so he had sex with multiple girls, right? Okay, multiple girls on the first date. I can't replicate that same thing he's doing because the thing is he's a lot better looking than me. He's got more money than me, and he's higher on the hierarchy than I am. So how could I sit there and say, okay, you gave up your pussy to Brad Pitt, but you didn't give it to me? That's dumb as hell. Okay, so the reason why she gave it to Brad Pitt is because, first of all, she's fucking attracted to him. Secondly, he's a celebrity. And third of all, most importantly, she may not be attracted to me. So therefore, I have to earn it. I have to put in work. And I still may not even get it. That's just roll the dice. But this idea that Fresh and Fit are like, well, every guy should be hitting it on the first date. I'm like, that sounds good in paper, but that's just not possible. In my opinion. Again, y'all may disagree with me, but Rick said I was dating a girl for right around the same time you were, 2 months. And they have sex, but I was paying for every date. I look like a sucker. Not really. I mean, you're being a gentleman at the end of the day. So you weren't really being a sucker. But, again, you're courting her for that long. I made the mistake. Hold myself accountable again. But, again, you're courting her for 2 months and there's nothing romantic at all. She's not even your girlfriend at all, let alone the sex. So you're basically just courting a friend or a soon-to-be friend. You're soon-to-be friend zone. She just hadn't told you that yet. Trust me, I've learned my ways. A lot of people say, well, you're still a beta male. But see, the difference is, okay, when they try to say, well, you haven't had sex in 3 years, they try to compare that to like having no credit. So having no credit is the same thing as having bad credit. That is true. Having no sex is the same thing as not getting sex when trying. Yeah, you can say that. But see, the difference is because I took time off, maybe I took too much time off. Maybe you're right. Maybe I took too much time off. But at least I can reboot my mind and recoup and find myself. I think that's really what it is. It's about, what's the word I want to use? It's about, well, I'm trying to find a word, the right word usage. I'm trying to refigure myself to where then when I do get back in the dating field, I'm a lot more confident. I carry conversations. I think, honestly, I'm doing good right now. I think, honestly, if I was to get back in the dating game, I think I could go back to having sex. Sure. But, the pandemic also is kind of, nobody's really going out anyway. So maybe this sort of benefits me. But, still, I think that rebooting myself actually gave me more confidence. Because I'm not saying I'm King Tut, I'm Brad Pitt, I'm this guy banging all these bitches. No. But I have confidence in myself and love myself enough to where I could at least know that if I did go back out in the dating game, I'd have a different strategy, a different approach. And a different approach is Rick said, well, what is your new approach if you were to go on a dating game? Well, first of all, I'm not accepting any friendships from any women I meet from dating apps. If hypothetically I made a dating app tomorrow and went back on the, dating app thing, I'm not accepting any friendships. And I'm not telling them that, right? Because women aren't going to tell you they're friend zoning you either, right? They're going to string you along. Okay, fine. So I'm not going to tell her I'm not going to accept a friendship, right? But, I mean, if something happens, something happens. But if it doesn't and she offers it, I'm going to reject it kindly. Not bitterness, not screaming, none of that shit. Now, I won't even get frustrated. I'll just say, we had fun, we went out, we had a good time. It was nice getting to know you. But in terms of friendship, I'm going to have to reject your offer. And the reason being is because I don't need friends. I already have too many. Now, it sounds like a dick move, but if you explain it in a nice way, at least you could come off as sincere. Instead of coming from a place of bitterness, you come from a place of sincerity. You say, like, okay, cool. Like, I hold the L, take the L. Okay, cool, whatever. But I'm not taking your friendship. Why? You must ask. And she's going to say, well, why? Let's just say, she says, why not? I'm like, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, we went on a couple of dates, right? 2, 3, 4. I'm really into you. If not, I want to DM'd you. I'm really interested in you and I want to see where this goes. And you made it very clear that you don't see a future with me. Okay, fine. So if you don't see a future with me, then what's the purpose of me accepting your friendship? It doesn't benefit me. Like, having you as a friend does not benefit me at all. And that's the nice way I'll put it in. Now, let's say, I don't know if Christina's still on here or Jennifer. Let's just say hypothetically. Okay, I met them on YouTube, which is not a dating website. And we meet in person, hypothetically. And we were friends, no problem with that because it's a different scenario. It's YouTube. YouTube's not a dating website. Now, let's say if we tried the dating thing and it didn't work out, I'm just giving hypotheticals, guys. I'm not trying to put y'all under the bush. I'm just giving hypotheticals. Now let's say we tried the dating thing and it didn't work out. Hey, we can always be friends. Cool, whatever. We were already friends on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? We were already friends already. So therefore, if we dated and it didn't work, hypothetically, hey, no harm, no foul. Because we were already cool anyway. But on a dating app, you weren't cool with this person. You weren't friends with this person. You see what I'm saying? That's the big difference. You were on a dating website. What is a dating app? It's some sort of casual / hookup / relationship. Depends on, right? So if it ain't sex, it's for a long-term relationship or companionship or whatever you want to call it. It depends on the dating app you go on, like Christian Mingle, Zeus, Plenty of Fish, shit like that, eHarmony, Meet Me. Now Tinder and Grindr, Rick, those are hookup sites. Just think of the name, Tinder and Grindr. Come on, dude. Those are hookup sites. That's not an actual real dating app. Now, if you might date somebody off there, sure, but most of it, I heard if you want to hook up, you go to Grindr, you go to Tinder, you go to sites like that. Those are hookup sites. Those are dating, and then you got date hookup too. But date hookups are really, that shit's dead. Nobody goes on date hookup no more. Just like Black Planet. They used to have a website called Black Planet. Nobody gets on that shit no more. It's not popular. Black Planet is like MySpace. It's not popping no more. That was the thing of the past. Like Facebook took over MySpace. Same thing. Black Planet, Date Hookup, those are old, dusty websites. Nobody gets on those no more. And that's the truth, But anyways, listen. Now, ladies, let me ask you questions if you're still on. If you friend zone a guy, is he still obligated to pay for your dates? Just saying. Now, I know I'm not talking about sugar daddy. I'm not talking about no sugar daddy requests. I'm not talking about no friends with benefits, none of that. I'm talking about like a strictly dating scenario one-on-one, 1v1. Like you're dating someone, Jennifer, or Christina, you're dating someone, or whatever, what other girls on here. If you friend zone a guy, let's say you're not feeling him and you friend zone him, just hypothetically, is he still obligated to pay for your encounters after the fact? Like, is he still obligated to pay for your, your dates or whatever you call it after that, like your encounters, your meetups, if you've already friend zoned him? I'm just, giving an example because in my opinion, I feel that, and this is one of the issues I had with dating. This is one of the issues I had with dating. No way. Okay, Christina answered it. Okay, cool, whatever. That's fine. Now, Rick likes to play devil's advocate. He said, well, what if she doesn't have a job, but you enjoyed her company? Okay, then if I enjoyed her company, I'm not saying, okay, so obviously you're saying, what if she doesn't have the money? Okay, then the way I see it is, I would, like, let's say, for example, if I enjoyed her company, I would take her out, but I would put a budget on it. In other words, I'm not lavishly spending anymore, not making it rain no more. Those days are over. You get a $10 meal and a $2 drink with free refills. And if I'm in a good mood, I may buy you a beer. Because, see, money comes and goes. But I'm not courting $200-$300 on what I thought was a would-be date. If you get friend zone, you're getting the friend zone price, which is the $15 and under menu. And you be grateful because any other guy would be like, oh, no, fuck that. You're paying for yourself. I'm at least nice. If I enjoy your company, I think you're a decent fucking human being and you're cool as hell. If I feel you're worth hanging out with, I have no problem having you in my life. Just because you're not giving me sex does not mean life ends. No, because a beautiful friendship can endure, but again, I'm not obligated to pay for her after the fact. Now, if I do, it's under the kindness of my heart. Not because I'm forced to do it or not because I have to do it. And I think the problem is with most guys is when they get friend zoned, they get caught in that bubble where they find themselves still taking their house, still paying, and spending all this money. And then nothing happens at all. Not even nothing sexual, but no relationship, nothing. So that you're just left, again, holding whatever nuts you have left in one hand and holding the bill in the other and looking like a fucking idiot. And that's facts. Like I said, like the 3 months that I went out with one girl and she kept saying, take things slow. So we went out 8 or 9 dates. So you have to imagine she probably friend zoned my ass probably about the 4th date, but didn't tell me until I pressed the issue, right? On the 8th date thing. Yeah, 8. Okay. So I pushed the issue then. And then that's when she just started coming clean. My problem was I should have pushed the issue by the 4th or the 3rd date, not waited out. And again, that's what happens when you don't have a lot of confidence and you don't stand up for yourself. And that's why a lot of these guys go through this kind of shit. They end up looking like suckers with the Dunsmore hat. You get the little Dunsmore thing on. You sit in the corner. That's you with the Dunsmore hat. I've had the Dunsmore Rick means dumbass. And back in my parents' day, when you acted up, they put the Dunsmore hat on you and you sat in the corner. Dunsmore meant dumbass. That's what it meant. You wore that large cylinder silicone thing on your head, looking like a KKK member, and it said Dunsmore, which meant dumbass. And you sat in the corner looking like a retard. And everybody's laughing at you. All the kids are laughing at you and throwing paper balls at you. That's you. You're the guy with the Dunsmore hat on. Well, that was me. But it's okay. I wore the Dunsmore hat 2 or 3 times. It's okay, cool, whatever. I was the guy they threw tomatoes at. That's fine. But at least I can say that I learned by my mistakes. It's not about making mistakes. You're going to make mistakes in life. How you learn from it, okay? What I learned from it, 3-4 dates in, figure out where this is going. If, she's feeling you, whatever, whatnot, and keep it moving if it's not. And reject any friendship offer she gives you. That's the best way to do it. Because that way, no harm, no foul. You have to listen to no ain't shit bullshit guys she's fucking with. And, you ain't some shoulder to cry on. So you're saving yourself the emotional time too. So you're like, wait a minute. So you want me to be your friend, and I have to sit here and listen to a bunch of ain't shit dudes? Oh, hell no. No, thank you. I've dealt with that before. I'm not doing that again. And girls will do that. That's why I can understand why some guys are a little hesitant on having female friends, because it's emotionally draining and it's time consuming, emotionally draining, and it costs you financially. It can cost you financially if you're one of those guys that's sort of left in that bubble I told you about. She's like, okay, well, we're friends on each other, but you're still, she doesn't say you're still going to pay for me, but when she hangs out with you, she got so used to and comfortable to you paying. She's going to be like, well, he didn't say anything then. Why is he going to say something now? And it's like, okay, well, the difference is we're certified friends now. Back then, we were dating. Difference. So in my opinion, you lose those privileges. Now, if I like you, I enjoy your time, and I want to buy your meal, I have no problem with that. I'm not going to hold you accountable for $10. Well, I paid $10. So what do I get in return for your $10? Just curious. So I give you this glass of water. What do I get in return? And take your dusty ass on somewhere else, boy. She could have went to McDonald's and bought her own cheeseburger. I mean, come on, man. Some dudes will actually do this. I call them the dollar menu drive-through guys. So what are you going to do for this glass of ice cold water? What are you going to do for this cheeseburger and fries? You haven't earned that cheeseburger and fries. You got to earn it. You got to earn it, missy. You're giving her an ultimatum. She has to give you sex for a cheeseburger. I mean, there's guys that are actually like this. They figure the minimum I do for you is enough for me to earn my way in your pants. And I just think that's just laughable. It's laughable at its finest. It's a laugh. It's just like, it gets down to like, well, motherfucker, if you're going to do that, you might as well spend some real money. That way you get worth your time. I know I'm going all over the place with this video. My bad. I wanted to review a couple more. I just can't find the fucking videos, man. I just can't find a video. Let me see if I can find that other video I wanted to review before I go to bed. Why not? I'm keeping everybody up. I wasn't even going to do a video tonight, but I worked tomorrow. So I asked myself, why not? Hey, why not? Let me go to history. But give me a second. Pro body. Okay, who's responsible for unplanned pregnancy? Let's go over that video. So without further ado, we're going to review the video from there. We'll critique it.
Look, I get what you're saying, but take away birth control, take away condoms, what's going to happen? You go sleep with another guy, now you're going to have his kid. So you can't put the same type of requirements on men as you can on women.
Yeah. For us, sex is very physical. It's not the same.
It's the same thing, because guys get girls pregnant outside their relationship. We have to deal with that.
Whose fault is it though?
Yeah.
What?
It's if a woman is pregnant and has a child or whatever, it's 100% her fault.
She can choose to keep it or not.
Ooh, more controversial stuff.
Well, he should have pulled out.
Okay.
It's definitely both.
Or why didn't you work on him? That's on the guy too.
I feel like it's 50-50.
Yeah, both.
No,
It
ladies.
takes two to tango.
Hold on. Because we had this discussion before.
Yeah.
On another show. If you had $1 million, right? Actually, no, let me switch it up. For all the ladies in here, let's say I have $1 million. You can't spend it. Only I can. And I spend it. I buy hookers, blow, buy a Corvette here, take another girl on a trip here, buy a bunch of bags, shopping spree, whatever, and I run out of money. And I come back and say, hey, what the fuck? We're out of money. This is your fault. You're responsible for that. You have no access to the money? No?
No, but
That's not a good way to
yeah, that's
Hold on, I'm gonna
so
explain it here in a second. I'm gonna explain it here in a second why I'm saying that. No?
yes.
Okay. So you're still responsible for the $1 million I spent.
Yes,
Okay.
it's our money, right?
Did I advise you?
No, you have no say in it.
Okay, then no.
Okay. No? Ms. Venezuela?
No, but that wasn't a good analogy.
No, I'm gonna explain why. Hold on. I'm gonna explain why it's a good analogy right now, ladies. You ready? Women have 100% monopoly on who gets born and who gets aborted. If I want to have the kid and you're pregnant, I can't tell you to have the kid. You say, fuck you, I'm not having a kid, and abort the child, and vice versa. If you want to have the kid and I say abort it, I have no say in it. So you cannot give anyone responsibility when they don't have authority. I'm going to say that again because a lot of women don't like hearing this. You can't give someone responsibility when they have zero authority. You have 100% authority on who's born in the United States. I have zero. Therefore, you are responsible, not the man. And I know you guys don't like hearing that because it takes two to tango. But
there's some
unfortunately,
states that you can't even have abortion.
Yeah, in countries as well.
Also, it's our body, so
And then,
Exactly.
and then your body has to go
Thank
through
you.
it.
Your body, your choice.
thank you. Your body, your choice.
No,
Just like
but
it's
then
your
you
body
have
that
to
you
factor
put your
in-
dick in the girl.
And could have pulled out.
You could have pulled out. It's your
Interesting.
body.
Once again, let's go back. I love this because a lot of women don't like having accountability. Who chooses who has sex?
Two people.
Both.
No,
No,
no.
women.
Women choose who has sex and who does not. If both parties had, an equal opportunity to get sex, we wouldn't have 80% of men sexless right now. Women have 100% monopoly on who has sex and who's born and who's not in the United States. And on top of that, I get what you're saying, some states don't allow abortion. You could drive over to another state. Most states in the United States allow for abortion, and I have no say-so. You said pro-choice. Agreed, which means pro-responsibility as well. I have no choice. Period.
There's a nice quote right now that says, women stick with who they want, men with who they can. Because think about it, it's your body. So I can't force you, and if I do, it's illegal.
Oh no, sorry, quick question now.
No. You already had two. You already had two. You answered. We went. Yeah, you
But
had
does
two.
that mean the man's still taking responsibility for the kid though? If she just choose, like, would you take responsibility because you did have sex with
You
her?
have pro-choice with your body, your choice. My wallet, my choice. You cannot force the man to pay. Obviously, we have legal conventions that allow for that.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing: women want to have control, right, and opportunity, but they don't want to deal with the responsibility. If it's pro-choice, pro-body, then you have to deal with the consequences that come from that. And if the man doesn't want to pay, that's your fault for selecting a man that wasn't equipped to be a father. Women choose who they fuck. Men fuck who they can. That's the difference.
Okay, but the thing is, though, is he saying that if a woman is pregnant with a kid, that's her fault? And that he's saying also that if he chooses not to pay, then that's your fault for sleeping with him. And you know what I say about that? You know how many guys, and this is to be honest, have told women that they wanted a kid too, that they want to get them pregnant, they want to build families, sell them pipe dreams. Is that really a woman's fault for giving in to a guy that she thought was going to provide that? I know it's, again, we always want to sit here and say, oh, look at these women, they're opening their legs to Pookie and Ray Ray. They're the chads of the community, they're the bad guys. Listen, a lot of times dudes are very mysterious and guys are very undercover about their intentions too. There's guys out there that will tell women what they want to hear. There's guys out there that 1 minute they'll say, oh yeah, I want to have a kid with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, blah, 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 blah. And then the next minute, after she's pregnant, he's like, well, I thought about it. I really don't want to do it anymore. I could have sat back and thought about it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, bye. And see, the thing is when you hear these guys talk about the divorce laws and like, oh, we're gonna, we need to strip away these divorce laws and stuff like that. They want so that they can behave this way, so that they can pregnate all these women and just run off from their responsibilities. And I think that that's completely hilarious at best. And I think that's why, to be honest with you, that's why these guys are sitting here saying, well, it's real easy to just throw all the blame on women. It's really easy. Hell, I used to be that way. And not fault any of the guys for anything. But it's funny because, well, you chose to sleep with that guy. And then when you ask them a question, they turn around and say, well, life ain't fair. Oh, well, life just ain't fair, is it? And you sat there, open your goddamn legs to that guy. I'm like, dude, it's like there are some men, not all, but some men that sell dreams of being a great father or a great husband or a great partner. And then after you date them for a while, they completely turn a 380 and turn this monster. Now, are there some women who do date 8 shit dudes? Yes. Are some women turned on by 8 shit dudes? Yes. That does happen. I do agree that I think 80% of the women tend to fall for the bad guys because it's been socially engineered for them to build a man from the start. Like Build-A-Bear. I like that Build-A-Bear, by the way. I love that commercial. I actually want to get a Build-A-Bear. Hey, take care, Jen. I hope you come on the stream tomorrow and watch some more of this. Because I'm about to wrap it up too in about 10 minutes. The point is these guys want to have a complete, like, they want to be able to say, well, you're opening your legs to them, and then when you question them, then they got a problem with it. Oh, their life's not fair. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to say? And it's just more gaslighting tactics, in my opinion. And this is what it is right here.
And guess what? If he didn't pull out, just a morning after pill.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
But maybe you don't know, and then maybe.
There's.
Do you think the guy should pay for the afternoon?
I'll say this.
Again, the man doesn't have to pay for anything because you're the one who picks. He should. Personally, I think he should.
Yeah.
But
as a guy, you should pay for that pill, bro. Just get out of the way.
Yeah, but not every guy.
$50.
But here's the thing. Once again, ladies, accountability has to go back on you. You choose who you have sex with. You pick who you let ejaculate in you without a condom. You pick. So therefore, you have to live with the consequences that come from your decisions. You can't have, pro-choice, sexual freedom, all this other stuff without responsibility. So that's the way it is. I mean, if you guys don't, so that's why I use that analogy with $1 million. All right, go ahead, you go.
But I just want to say that the men also choose not to have sex with a condom.
But
even though, like, obviously, it
I
feels
can't
better.
put it inside you if you don't let me.
who has the final right of refusal?
I can rape you. Disclaimer.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, let's not use that word. Let's just call it grape.
Sorry.
Call it grape because we're on YouTube.
Grape. Sorry.
But
I can rape.
yeah, that could be. But yeah, there's conventions there to protect you from that. You know what I'm saying? There's you can get an abortion without any type of consequence, whatever it may be. So there's conventions to that. And I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's an exception to the rule. Most of the time, it's consensual sex. Let's keep it a stack. So, so yeah.
All right, so I guess that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and almost get up out of here. Damn, can't believe it's already 3:14 a.m. Christina, I love your cat. I know you said you don't have him anymore. That's such a cute kitty. That's a cute little kitty. He's a little baby. And yes, we do need a vacation, Rick. We do. We need a vacation. 5 people are watching. I wonder who the 5 people are. Just curious. No, but anyways, to blame the unpregnancy on women, that because it's the guys that they choose. Yeah, women do, I think for the most part, are the gatekeepers of sex, and they do choose which guys get in. But to tell you the truth, some guys do pretend to be nice and charming, and they're really not. And so again, there are certain guys who do pretend to be nice at first, and then they're not really so nice afterwards. Now, I'm not excusing there are some women who sleep with the Charlie Sheens and stuff like that, and in that ordeal, you do have some girls that are like that. And that's when I can look and say, I can hold them accountable and say, okay, I'm holding you accountable. You had sex with an ain't shit dude, and this is what happened. This is the dangers of it. I get it. You want to have sex and stuff too. You like the feeling, but shit, just take some birth control or something. And you won't have to worry about that. But then sometimes you get pregnant, still can get pregnant from having birth control. So, all right. Well, it's 2 hours, 58 minutes. I'm pretty sure there's probably some other things I didn't cover. And if not, I'll just cover it my next stream tomorrow night. You guys tune in, and I'm definitely getting the hell out of here. Christina says good night. See, Christina wants to get out of here too. And she take her pretty little kitty with her because she's just a baby. Just a baby. All right, guys. I'm into this broadcast. Good night to you all. Good night. Take care. Hasta la vista.